Welcome to episode 248 of the Overlook Hour. I'm your host, Clark Little. Along with me, as always, is not Randy Michaelstat. We gave him the day off. Instead, it's Russell John Fisher.
We didn't even give him the option.
Sometimes that's how you do it.
We could have easily got him in here, but
I very passively aggressive gave him the day off. Russell, how are you on this Tuesday?
I'm tired.
You had it. Y'all party. Y'all didn't do the thing, but you partied last night. What's going on?
Yeah, it's gonna be confusing because during the episode, I think I talk about it too, about recording. Yeah, isolation thing. Yeah, we didn't do it.
So what'd you do? You just partied?
Yeah, well, I asked him. It was a nice day, and it was Memorial Day, so I'm like, "Well, do you want to do like a barbecue before we come over early?" And then they responded with like an ultimatum. And it was like, we can barbecue, but we're not doing isolation then. And I was like, okay, that's fine.
That is such an old man response.
Yeah, it's like, we don't have time to do both. I'm like, what the? Fire up a grill. You do it while on the street. Yeah, it didn't matter. I don't know.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, and it's, so recording this intro right now, it's the 1st. Chris's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations, Chris. Wait, that's not what you say. Happy birthday. There we go.
Well, the other BFG guy, his on the 10th. So
what is it with all y'all having very close birthdays together?
I don't know. They're Geminis, so I don't know. That's even more confusing. There's 4 of them.
That's insane.
And Chuggy was 2 days ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Charles had a very melodramatic post on Instagram. Oksana Valeria of Sachi, did you happen to see that Instagram post from Charles?
I did. That's how I knew it was his birthday. I read it sitting across the table from him.
Yeah, we were playing D&D, and he didn't mention it. And then he kind of casually did, and I felt fucking terrible. Also, Charles is, a character on this show that showed up a year ago?
Yeah.
I feel like I got to put him on the ban list.
You know who's not on the ban list? If there was a reverse of the ban list, it's our guest this week, Charlie the Birdman. He flew the coop, baby. He's back in the nest with the Egg Boys.
Okay. I didn't hate it.
We were very glad, thrilled, chilled, and we spilled all over the floor that our friend Charles Dickey came by for record on Sunday afternoon after he was fully vaccinated. Randy's fully vaccinated. Am I technically fully vaccinated? I gotta wait 2 weeks.
I think you have to wait.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
And then you're running your scam. So
I'm vaccinated.
That. Yeah, no stolen valor, dude.
No, I got bath salts from Florida. They said they're just as good as Pfizer.
Do you think that like people are like making fake vaccine cards?
Yeah.
It's like a side business?
Yeah, of course.
That's tight.
The problem is that I think people thought they were going to be more important. Like you'd need them to get into a baseball game, and that's not the case.
I know. Like what's the vaccine scam right now?
I don't know.
There has to be a scam.
There's a lot. Didn't we watch that show?
The scam? Yeah, but they didn't go into vaccine scamming.
Who was talking about vaccine scamming? I can't remember. I watched something on it. There's a lot of them.
All right, well, let's do a horrorcore rap about vaccine scams.
I'm down.
All right. But before we do that, and before we get to our lovely conversation with Charlie the Birdman and Randy Michaelstat, also in studio, let's go to Oksana Valeria of Osachi, who's going to tell us about screenings in the Bay, a segment that we named 4 years ago, but it's changed dramatically because of COVID. Now, COVID's almost done, but it's not quite done, so it's a little weird because there's not really a whole lot going on in the Bay, but there's a little bit, but there's more stuff in the theaters, so it's kind of like, hey, here's what's going on in the theaters. Oksana!
I did see a thing saying that masks were optional at the theater that we go to more often.
Oh, really? Wow.
Strongly encouraged, but optional.
Man,
let's go now, naked.
You realize? I know we probably have a lot of people in California listening to this show. We're the last state doing this shit. We're the last one.
Yeah, we always are, brother. And it feels great to close out the race.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we were a day ahead of everybody, shutting down, and it will never end.
Well, look, here's the thing. We're like the janitor, okay? We're the first one to open up the doors. We're the last one to lock up. We are the custodians of this country, California.
There you go.
Thank you very much. We're the first ones to get there. We're the first ones to say shit it and right, and we're the last ones to do anything about it.
Okay.
Oksana.
Oh God. All right. So
Why are you always shocked whenever it's your turn
Every
for this
week.
segment?
Not
For
shocked.
250 times.
It's like, oh, all right, here we go.
I'm not shocked at all. I don't know how to transition.
I know. It is a weird thing.
You just say words
Well, I mean,
that you have written down.
that's why I wanted to pull like the first 100 episodes of the show. It's like all that awkward. Oh,
Well, we're about to pull
I know.
this segment.
All right. So this week, the 20th annual San Francisco Documentary Film Festival will be opening
Oh.
on Thursday the 3rd.
Now, don't they typically have this in like February? Or is that Indie Fest I'm thinking of?
I think they have like
Okay.
4 different versions of SF Indie something fest. So this one, I don't know if they've done a virtual edition before, but this one is partially in theaters, but also virtual for some of the movies. They have the ones that stood out to me are Space Lady, which is about a 71-year-old woman who's finally getting recognition for her contributions to electronic pop music.
All right. I'm in.
tight.
I also learned a word from this description: busking.
Oh, yeah, it's my favorite word.
Do you actually know what that word means?
Mm-hmm.
He has no idea. What is it?
Tune in next week.
No, what is it? I'm curious.
Space Lady is a portrait of a 71-year-old musician, Susan Schneider, a.k.a. the Space Lady, who, after 30 years of homelessness and busking, I have no idea.
Here we go.
Busking.
It's like performing music on the street for donations.
Oh,
Busking.
Didn't know that word.
that
There
sounds
was a
like
word
Randy.
Hey, Randy. Welcome.
Busking.
He doesn't know any other words. Yeah, you nailed it.
Oh, I looked it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The activity of playing music in the street or another public place for voluntary donations.
This is also shot on 16 millimeter, so
I'm out.
I don't know. I think it'll look pretty cool.
Oh, 17 minutes?
Oh, it's a short.
Okay. All right.
Busking.
Let's see. There's also the Guinea Pig Diaries,
Oh, tight.
which is not a short.
Well, is it found footage?
No. I mean,
Of course you picked the Guinea Pig Diaries.
I mean, is it Japanese and are women
This-
being cut up?
Guinea Pig Diaries shows us firsthand the special bond between humans and their pet guinea pigs, revealing stories much more compelling than we ever could have imagined. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Oksana.
they're also showing something called Alien on Stage.
Whoa, okay.
It's about a stage production
Oh, that visual.
of Ridley Scott's Alien.
That couldn't be funnier.
You
looking.
buried the lead here.
I did that on purpose.
Oh.
Okay.
I
What, you
worked
want
up
to be?
to it.
You want to be a surprise? You're gonna get to it.
I was gonna put that one third because it was like the
No. I bet no. Bury the lead of who is performing here.
oh.
An amateur theater group led by a crew of bus drivers spend a year creating a stage adaptation of Ridley Scott's science fiction classic Alien. Oh, I'm in.
Busking.
Also a feature film.
They're busk drivers.
It's from the UK. Yeah, so they have a ton more movies in their lineup. Half of them, or a bunch of them, I think, are also in the virtual.
Was that Anton LaVey? What is Anton?
In the
coming-
alien. Dude, look at the alien on stage. That shit is hella funny.
We should rent that one.
It's almost like an inflatable head.
It looks good.
But now the alien is the xenomorph, and it looks ridiculous. I'm a little behind at the time of the recording for the fucking show notes, and I gotta put the Nest one up. So last week I talked about a short, The Nest, that's like hidden on YouTube. I'll put that link up. I'll do it right after recording, and I gotta throw in that picture. That shit is ridiculous looking.
It's good. And look, there's a bus in the background.
And the cast is getting off.
It's tight.
They've arrived.
So you can see all the lineup and find out where it's screening at sfdocfest2021.eventive.org.
It's a hell of a fucking website.
If you go to SF Docfest, you can just there's a
Cool.
link.
We'll
There
put a
we go.
link out there.
Welcome to 2021.
That the next day, the Carnivores will be opening in select theaters and streaming. Alice and Brett's dog Harvey is dying, and he's ruining everything. What had been a bright little family is quickly getting consumed by clouds of self-doubt, suspicion, and a disturbing amount of ground beef.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. IMDb has it listed as a comedy drama thriller, but I think
That cover doesn't say that.
no.
I don't know. It does look like a movie Randy would like, though.
Also, Brett is a woman. I was like,
Alice
wait,
and
which
Brett?
one is Brett?
Brett
Brett's a
Brett
lady.
can be a woman.
I've never heard that as a woman's name,
Grace Under Fire. What was her name? Brett something. She was a lady.
Okay. Good enough for me. All right, what's next?
but that same Friday, the 4th, The Conjuring.
Yay.
Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It will be opening in theaters.
Are you going to check this one out, Clark?
Brett Butler is a lady.
Oh,
That's it.
That really paid off.
Yes. Yeah. Apparently, Brett Butler, a huge asshole. I don't know. I'll tell you this. You sell me on The Conjuring 3, I'm in. But the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, the trailer looks dumb.
Yeah.
The guy walking on the road one.
Yeah, and she's about to walk off a cliff.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, don't do it.
Trailer looks, yeah.
Check out the description. The Warrens investigate a murder that may be linked to a demonic possession.
Now, here's the thing. If it's the case that I think it's based on, it's one of them. So my mom was a big Ed and Lorraine fan, and she likes procedurals and true crime, and they were essentially a real life, like X-File, like Mulder and Scully. The thing is, they weren't sanctioned by the church, and they were doing exorcisms anyway. They're pretty interesting. I looked into them for fucking 10 minutes when when The Conjuring originally was coming out.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're fucking frauds. Like, I mean, well, obviously, but if this is the case, I think the person they go to investigate, their parents are like, oh, we think they might be possessed. And then they show up and they're like, they are possessed by 48 demons. And you're like, 48?
That wasn't like the second movie?
And it's like, no. And there's a werewolf in there. And like, it's just like reading it. You're like, how did anybody ever take these people like seriously? If it's that case, this might be the most bizarre of the whole trilogy.
Well, it just seems like it's about to jump the shark here.
Yeah, but isn't that cool? I'm kind of ready for them to get weird.
Yeah, if it gets weird, not boring.
All right, I'll let you know. We're going to go on Friday.
I'll be here, bro.
I know, but it sounded like you weren't like down to go.
Hey, I just was told I can go to the movies naked now.
Oh,
You
I know.
can see this in D-Box if you want.
You could ride the D with no mask on.
There's one row of D-Box seating.
Wait, there's D-Box for the fucking Conjuring movie?
Yes, yes.
Dude,
there
I
is.
saw nobody in D-Box.
Well, I get that. It's an action movie. I don't know.
Did it sync up the seat with like people getting punched?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Now,
But what would happen is that we would have a moment of exposition, just talking, and the seats would go like this. I'm like, all right.
he's trying to see. I can't do it. When I went to watch, went to see
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars that one time, I'm too like riddled with ADD. Like every time I feel a movement, I can't help but think about the craft.
Every time you feel a movement, you should be on a toilet.
Trying to shake it loose in that chair.
Don't do that. Although I have pooped in this chair. I told you about
Yeah,
that.
I know. That's why I leave it over there.
Oksana, anything else?
Nope.
For any questions, queries, concerns, or comments, please direct us at podcast@overlooktheater.com, Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes, the other one. Find us, like us, comment, tell a friend, tell an enemy. It's not even my business what you do on your own personal time. The Overlook Hour is available on Facebook as The Overlook Hour. The Overlook Hour is available on Instagram as The Overlook Theater. The Overlook Hour is available on Twitter as The Overlook Hour. The Overlook Hour is available on YouTube as The Overlook Theater. Find us, like us, comment, tell a friend, tell an enemy. Russell.
Yeah. Oh, spacing out. My bad. I mean,
I just crushed
busking.
that, dude.
there we go.
All right. Enjoy Charlie. Enjoy Randy, I guess. And we'll see you next week for episode 249 next week. Do we have a plan for 250? That's right. Yes, we're ending the show.
Cool.
The mean vampire frowned at the thermometer. If it didn't cool down a bit, the villagers' necks would be hella sweaty all night. And, that's gross to be a mean vampire, I guess. What is happening to this show?
It's been taken over by Brunch Fry.
We got a vampire in the club or something?
Now, Charlie, you're here with us today.
Yeah.
And I only bring you up immediately because while we were trying to figure out who Brunch Fry was, you were one of the first people we thought of.
That makes sense.
And
Yeah.
it's not you.
No.
All right. You can go home now.
Bye.
I told you, man. I think it's a British person.
Well, why would they use hella?
Why would the British person say hella?
But okay, but then a couple episodes prior, they used
This
the
is an
word
American.
bit. Scroll back. Oksana.
Bitcoin?
Yeah, let's go up. They use British terminologies.
Let's figure this out now.
Oh, what is happening?
Robson?
She-
Oh, I'm looking behind the scenes here.
Yeah. Well, these are all the older ones because we actually
All right,
keep
yeah.
record of all of them.
Go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. In the end, I got murdered to little bits. See, that's a British thing, dude.
I don't. But also it's about
Also-
a spider, right? No, that one's just a ghost.
Yeah.
He talks about spiders a lot. I feel like bits are in the
Oh,
itsy
like
bitsy.
itsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a British thing, dude.
I don't know. I heard it before.
Is the Itsy
Curds
Bitsy
and whey.
Spider
You don't eat
British?
curds and whey here.
I don't eat porridge either, but I lived right next to a porridge king.
What?
Dude, porridge king. There's one over on.
What is a porridge king?
Exactly? It's a popular Filipino restaurant, apparently.
I'm
where
into
you-
peasant pies. I don't know about porridge king.
Peasant. Peasant.
Peasant pies.
Peasant pie.
Hella good.
Pleasant pies.
I went there 2 days ago. No,
They're pleasant.
they're peasant.
And they're pleasant.
They're great.
I like them.
Also, if you know what peasant pie, I mean, if you're a local, there's a ton of parking out there now. It was
Hell yeah.
beautiful.
At Peasant Pie?
Yeah.
Which one?
Good question.
It's
The
like
one
in the sunset.
I
on the
love
way-
how we start episodes with local talk.
That's good. I needed a place to park my car, so I'll just go there.
yeah, on the way to Amoeba, that one.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
that
think it's
sounds
on
right.
like 11th or 9th Street. I don't know. But yeah, creepy. Who was that one by? Did you say that already?
That was Brunch Fry. He's back.
All right, we got 2 people in studio. You can leave now.
All right, I'm out.
All right. Don't.
Yeah, you already burned it. We got Randy and Charlie here, man.
Yeah, baby.
I know. Well,
I'm here.
everybody, see, here's the thing. Charlie's fully vaccinated.
Mhm.
Randy's fully vaccinated. I'll be fully vaccinated 13 days, I guess, when mine kicks in. I got mine yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And you are doing the stolen valor route, going around making up fake vaccine cards, handing
That's
it out.
true.
That's your side business.
I've been screenshotting everybody who posts their ID because I'm waiting for the government to come try and arrest me. And I'm
By
just
the
gonna-
way-
I'm gonna Photoshop them.
Why can't we get the vaccine cards a normal like size? Why can't they be like a business card size?
I'm trying to get mine bigger,
Just post it.
like a
Like,
bib.
I
Yeah.
heard someone laminated theirs and has it like on a necklace,
I got
like
specifically.
a badge.
I got warned not to. You just said the word laminate.
Laminate.
To laminate mine by my by the first person who injected me, who had like a superhero name. I'm not gonna like put her on-
Thor?
No, it was.
That's a
it-
god.
It had like the specific. It
And
was
it-
like her initials are JJ.
Oh yeah,
Abrams.
so,
Johnson
like
and
that-
Johnson.
Yeah, so it's like that kind of style of superhero name. Like your Peter Parker, whatever the fuck.
Oh, of course.
Y'all,
Marvel bullshit.
some MBS.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all the.
that's all I have to.
That's all I
yeah,
got.
Yeah,
You got nothing else?
Bruce Wayne.
I didn't read comic books, dude. I was out there getting pussy as a kid.
Were you though?
Like Gummo?
Yeah.
Getting them to sell for glue?
Dirty rabbit pussy, dude. Well, Charlie, thank you for being here. It's been far too long.
It really has been. I think the last time I was on the program was during lockdown, and it was through the weird Zencaster thing, and it was really bizarre. I was in a bad place, man.
Where were you? You were in like
I was in the woods.
You were in the woods.
Yeah, I was in a friend's cabin up in Pescadero.
Pescadero, that's
Oh.
where it was.
Mhm.
How was Pescadero?
Oh, beautiful. It's really good up there. It's all nice. Nothing bad happens. There are only a few rats. It's great. It's a census designated place.
Now the Pescadero rats, are they a comparable size rats to this part of the country, or we got a little bigger rat, a little smaller rat?
I think they're probably a little bigger, and their fur is like coarser. They're like a wood rat.
Oh, the wood rat, of course.
Yeah.
We got wood rats up here. We're in the woods,
Oh,
baby.
okay.
This is Spider Town, USA. This
I
house.
love it when you all talk about a topic where Oksana's not sure what to do with the video.
These are
component.
beautiful pictures.
Just
though.
start showing rat footage.
Well, a minute ago, she had like a satellite view
Swarms of rats.
of
Pescadero rats. Now do Pescadero Rat King.
See that guy on the far right there? How to get rid of rats in your home image? That looks very much like the creatures that we were having to trap and stuff. Yeah. But it was cool. I would get up every morning and like chop wood for the fire and stuff. It felt very nice. There was like a projector set up too, so we could screen stuff all day.
oh, rad.
It's a good zone.
Now, are you the Rat Man now? Because we used to call you the Birdman, and you had that intimate relationship with that great app.
Yeah, the Audubon app, which I haven't used the Audubon app in like a couple years
Oh,
now.
that's very sad.
Yeah,
Charlie,
I know.
You're the bird
But
man.
now I'm moving back to Pacifica, and so I'll be closer to birds. My place in San Bruno has just a really shitty view of everything, and so haven't had a lot of bird opportunities.
I know that's the unfortunate thing. You moved to where we were, and then in the pandemic, right?
Yeah,
And now you're leaving.
mostly due to the pandemic is why we had to
Well, there you
find that place, and now I'm moving back over the other side of the hill again, just in time.
Back to bird country,
Back to bird country.
because I can't imagine there's a lot of good bird activity in San Bruno, California.
No, we live like right next to SFO in the freeway, so I think all the birds have been paved over.
Occasionally, you'll see like a seagull that's lost its way, like a rogue seagull or something.
Well, if
Something
Sully
like that.
taught us anything, you don't want birds near airports.
That is true.
Sully taught me everything.
I didn't watch it.
What?
What is
What
it?
the fuck?
The Clint Eastwood picture, Sully,
What the fuck?
About Sully
With-
Sullenberg?
with Thomas Hanks?
He
No,
landed
I've
the
never-
flight on the Hudson River?
No.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Mike O'Malley's in it.
Sully, man, it makes the 1517 to Paris look like J. Edgar. It's a fucking great masterpiece.
I never saw the 1517.
I haven't seen any of these. I haven't seen a Clint Eastwood movie since
Randy,
Gran
did you
Torino.
watch this 1517 in Paris?
I have not.
All right, we got our afternoon activity.
Wait, what? What movie are we talking about?
Man, you were behind on Clint Eastwood's catalog, man.
Tom Hanks is gray?
Because he's Sully Sullenberger.
Oh, COVID.
What?
He was the first to get COVID. He's a pioneer.
He was the first person to get COVID. He was in that wet market.
Dude. He likes munching bat.
I bet Tom Hanks would kill it at a wet market. Dude.
Describe the scenario.
No, that would force me to do a Tom Hanks impression. I don't want to do that.
Oh, come on. Are you talking about he's trapping pescadero rats to bring out to China for the wet market? Or,
Look at that. He looks good in white hair.
yeah, I like it.
Look, what is that ring? Did he win a Super Bowl? Look at that. Oh, man. But did y'all see The Mule?
No.
No. Is it good?
One of the worst movies I had seen in recent memory.
So, like, would
It's so
you
terrible.
recommend it?
Yes,
Okay.
100%. I love Clint Eastwood though, but it's time he needs to go back to Carmel by the Sea and
Screw
keep
that,
walking
man.
keep walking into the sea.
He can't have much more time.
He's like 97 years old.
He's really old.
Yeah, he should hook up with Marvel Studios and direct one of their famous superhero films so that he could then be able to make a big project that's personal to him next. You know?
God, he was born in 1930.
He was born, oh, dude, it's almost his birthday. May 31st.
Oh, tomorrow. Look at that. Happy birthday, Clinty boy.
At the time of the recording.
Russ, are you not a Clint Eastwood fan?
Oh, he's okay.
Dirty Harry didn't do anything for you?
I never really got into
Westerns?
his catalog that deeply.
You didn't grow up watching the Westerns?
I watch all the old people Westerns.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I did too, because
Yeah.
my granddad was a big Gary Cooper fan and, things of that nature. But yeah, the Italian stuff was later.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of Italian Western. Like I own a few. I've never seen them.
You got the trilogy.
Yeah, would you watch it without me?
I did.
Yeah.
By the way, two's the best one.
Okay.
Good, Bad, the Ugly is too cute, man. It's not my favorite. Charlie, your thoughts?
Man, it's been a while since I've seen any of them except for Fistful of Dollars, which I watched like in the past year. Then I saw Big Gundown.
Oh yeah.
Recently, because it was on some streaming service on the TV.
For a few dollars more is the best one. Because you got Lee Van Cleef and Eastwood, and they're against each other, and then they work for each other. It's very good. For a few dollars more is the best one.
Enemies to lovers, man.
That's this show. That's this dynamic.
Oh, yeah. People love it.
All right, Russ, what do you got up top, babe?
Oh, a bunch of shit you're gonna hate. No,
Hell yeah.
I have one story that I was threatening you with last week.
Oh boy.
I really just wanted to play the audio
Is
for
it
you.
Bitcoin related?
It might be.
By the way, Bitcoin's dead, dude.
A Bitcoin will never die.
Randy is dead.
I don't know if Bitcoin's gonna have a harder time than Elon talking shit, China pulling out. Like there was a perfect storm and it dropped, bounced back. I mean, it's always been volatile. Randy will tell you.
How much have you lost on Bitcoin, dude?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Really?
That's the way you look at that.
Yeah.
How much is
I
it
didn't
worth?
lose my investment.
You what?
I haven't lost anything on my investment.
Oh, what happened, dude?
It's not worth.
I mean, it
as
goes up
much.
and down all the
Yeah.
time, but I didn't technically lose any money.
You will. I got it.
See, yeah. Look at the anti-crypto people. You're always rooting for us to fail.
Yes.
Well, I hope you know our show is an NFT now, and if Bitcoin goes down, I think go to jail. So you won't make it in jail.
Dude, you know how many times I've watched Brawl and Cell Block 99?
Is that why you're growing out the facial hair?
I got it down, dude. Dude, I'm handsome now with facial hair, baby.
You're getting ready for prison.
I know. No, it looks like pubis.
No, it doesn't.
I can't grow facial hair.
It doesn't at all.
It looks terrible.
If you grow it out further, will it be straight?
Dude, okay, yeah, but I got it's chin strap. No, nothing on my cheeks.
Mhm.
I look like a Serbian nightclub promoter. It's very weird.
That's a cool vibe, though.
Yeah, people go to those nightclubs. It's not like you're someone who keeps people away from nightclubs.
But it's not my scene, Charlie.
I know you don't have to be in the nightclub. You convince other people that it's a good place to
That
be,
is
and then
true.
you go to your scene.
I'm just tied to the nightclub because
You can't help it. You're good at it.
brother. I get you there. So I didn't think that I was going to be in my mid-30s working for a home warranty company and handling escalations very well. Cut all of that out.
I know. No, there's no editing in this show.
I'll just put a really long bleep.
It's horrible.
All right, you ready? You ready to be annoyed?
All right, Bitcoin it up.
All right, here we go.
Star and former pro wrestler John Cena has touched off an international controversy.
Cena apologized to the people of China after calling Taiwan a country during a promotional interview with a Taiwanese broadcaster.
Taiwan is a country. I mean, it's an independent country. John Cena is not alone in Hollywood in towing that line.
He called Taiwan a country.
What?
Which gives us the clip that I threatened you with. You ready?
All right.
你好，中国，就是叫西呢。我做很多采访，很多，所以在一个采访。
I don't know why. I find it very soothing listening to him apologize in what I'm guessing is Mandarin for referring to Taiwan as a country. I enjoy it so much.
I don't know what's happening.
He's talking.
我有一个错误，我必
That's
须
not
说
John Cena.
That's John Cena.
Jacob Toretto?
That's John Cena.
我爱更尊重。 中国跟中国人。
If you listen to the beginning of the clip, you can hear him say John Cena. Here we go.
你好，中国，这是叫西娜。
No, I heard it,
Yeah, that's him.
but I thought it was a guy
No.
talking to John Cena.
No, that's him apologizing. He did it like in his house with the phone, just saying like, sorry to China.
Did he brush up on that just to make this
I don't-
apology?
no,
or
I
is
think-
this like a thing he does?
He's been able to speak Mandarin for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at Rosetta Stone.
Did
Magoo.
he learn or did he just come up with the ability?
You know
That is
what?
true. That's a very John Cena.
It's part of his WWE contract.
Mm.
No, but I don't know why. I find it incredibly hilarious. And it's also interesting how our Hollywood market is like,
He's only 6'1". I could probably beat him up.
Also, Taiwan's not a country.
well, the joke now is that next he'll be apologizing to Russia for calling Ukraine a country.
Oksana, earbuds.
Yeah, she doesn't have a mic or a headset this week. So honestly, I just realized you probably couldn't hear that clip either, right? Yeah, it's fine. I'll show you the video later because there is video, and the Colbert Report did a bit with it where they changed his subtitles to like be a threat. It's actually kind of offensive if you give a shit about any of it. I don't know. It's pretty funny.
All right.
But
Any more political things on our movie show?
well, I mean, it matters because it's American film. That Nomadland. Did anybody see that?
Randy, do you sign off on this?
Yeah, I don't know. I watched Nomadland.
There you go.
That's all I know.
I know she won, right? I think we talked about that
Who's
before.
out?
Yeah.
From Immortals?
Well, I mean, don't
With
you
a
care?
ripped Kumail Nanjiani?
I'll,
bro?
The Eternals?
I'll mention this
Yeah.
again.
Okay.
Don't you care that they changed the patch on the back of Tom Cruise's jacket in the new Top Gun movie?
When's that coming out, by the way?
I have no idea. I couldn't care
It's
less
not
about that film.
today.
I'm gonna go see it in IMAX, dude. I'm down.
You're
Are
gonna
you?
go see it?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of IMAX, a movie I'm going to talk about later that I wanted to complain about just right off the bat is not playing in IMAX. A Quiet Place 2. It got bumped by Cruella.
Of course.
How fucking dumb is that? I mean, I know they're going to make more money on that.
Yeah.
But dude, after watching A Quiet Place, I would go to IMAX
Oh,
and
no,
rewatch
it's
it.
Harley Quinn with dogs, dude. I don't care.
Now, the actress that played Harley Quinn?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know.
No, it's not her,
No.
but that's what it looks like. It's the Harley
Oh.
Quinnization of Disney.
Oh, it's just the origin story shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch Harley Quinn, but I know Randy was a fan.
I like Birds of Prey. It's fun.
Charlie, your thoughts?
I didn't see Birds of Prey, but I have HBO Max, so
You-
I could conceivably see it.
Charlie, you were seriously letting me down with the bird stuff.
I know, I really am. I do. Okay, so I got bird stuff coming up. We're good.
Oh, okay. All
We're good.
right.
Technically, I guess. I mean, like we'll see how birdy you think it is, but I think it's fairly.
We'll go for
fairly
it.
Avian.
Everything else I got, I'll bring up when I start talking about film. Actually, no, that's not true because I have another round. Now, are you going to help me out with this intro?
Good film.
What intro?
Wait, what'd you say, Randy?
Nice.
You said another round.
I missed it.
Mads
Reset the whole
Mikkelsen.
moment. Oh, okay. No, didn't watch that.
You got another thing, or can I do my thing?
No, I got a thing.
All right, do your
And
thing.
are you going to help me with the intro? Because last week you kept jumping, you chimed in, and I didn't hate it.
I have no recollection, but let's go.
You have no idea.
No idea.
All right, then you're not helping me on the TBR report.
Oh. The Thomas Burke Report. That's good.
You forgot already?
The
It's
Thomas
been-
Burke Report.
Oh my God.
We just did it.
Thomas, I apologize. I know he's a huge fan of this show. He's my one agent I have in the field. Bring him in. Also, now, Tom, he emailed me again with my next homework assignment. And in the email, he refers to the report as the TBR report. So the acronym was already kind of like it needed to be workshopped, but now I'm just confused.
All right. Play it again. I'm going to mix things up.
All right. Do you want a cue or do you want me to say the TBR or anything? Or
I say the TBR.
okay, then just point to me when you want me to start it.
The TBR. But now it's shit.
Okay.
All right, take three.
All right. Good. Give me the signal.
It's the Thomas Burke Report.
All right, you're fired. Next time, I'm turning the mic off when we're talking the TBR report.
Your voice is not as cool as mine.
Well, the whole premise of having a stinger for this was like to be not cool.
Doesn't the R stand for report?
That's what I thought. Well, it could have been the Thomas Burke Review, or the Thomas Burke Roundup, or the Thomas Burke. So he titled it the TBR Report Second Edition Recommendation Edition. Yeah, so the acronym is evolving.
Recommendation edition.
Anyway.
Recommendation.
He said, hey, y'all. Really excited to be sending you the next recommendation title, The Alien Report.
Oh, The Alien.
I know, yeah, dude, we were on the same page. Here, let's do it again. The next recommendation titled, The Alien Report.
The Alien Report. You already did.
Oh,
it,
damn
idiot.
it. We got to be able to reset stuff on this show.
God, no, you need to know how to dance. You
All
just
right, I'm
mosh
gonna
pit,
turn it
dude.
off. Hey, I've been in a pit with you.
Yeah, but that's Pit
Pit
Clark.
Clark was there.
Yeah, but I'm trying to be Fred and Ginger over here.
You know, my two memories of that trip are Pit Clark. Okay, I got three memories. Jinko Gino.
Jinko Gino
He was
was a
born.
home run.
And then I remember we were next to an outdoor pool above ground, and it said no puking.
Yeah.
Right?
No diarrhea.
No diarrhea.
No diarrhea.
That was those were my three memories.
This is, of course, the trip that we took one November. It was Russell, Oksana, Marbles, and myself.
It was the UF trip.
Went to a Best Western in Santa Cruz, California.
R.I.P. Marbles.
To go see Gwar in concert with Ghoul. It was a
GG.
It was a Ghoul and Gwar show. Also, Randy, you know who we saw there?
No idea.
Hammershot.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
And
we ran into a mutual friend who cleaned up, air quotes there.
Dude, okay. Literally, he said, yeah, man, I'm clean and sober now. The second he said that, a fifth of whiskey fell out of his pocket.
Was it full?
It was empty.
He scrambled for it like he was about to lose something valuable. So there was
recycling.
Yeah, there's something. Yeah.
Maybe he stopped doing the harder stuff, but he still sipping the alcohol.
Well, right
you know?
before he had admitted to taking a painkiller, he's like, "Oh, my back still hurts."
Yeah,
and then that fell out.
His pupils. Well, he was just talking about getting disability from work.
Yeah.
And his pupils were so dilated I don't know.
Oh, there's something there.
They were really dilated or something.
Well, think about it as I get back to the report.
What is this?
Okay, Oksana, you got to slow down with the visuals. I'm not even on the movie yet. Back to the TBR report.
The TBR report.
Okay, so the movie's called The Alien Report. A lifelong alien abductee figures out a clever way to record his alien encounters using a micro camera and shares high-res video of telepathic beings, human hybrids, and more. Now,
telepathic beings or beings?
Beings.
Oh, okay. Sounded like you said telepathic beans. And
I probably did. I got mush mouth. While it may be fair to give certain critiques on the film, it's pretty much impossible to argue that anyone who has ever seen now he has a weird typo here. I'm going to try and I'm sorry, Mr. TB, but I'm going to paraphrase. He's saying nobody's ever seen anything like this. Their use of micro cameras and both special and visual effects are just amazing. Excited to hear what you think. Now, he didn't give me much. Are you pulling up the trailer? If you want, go ahead. You can play through the visuals. This film, we open up.
Y'all saw the movie?
Yeah, I have to watch it every week. That's the thing.
What? I wanted to watch that. Alien
You forgot
Report.
the damn segment. Here we go. Okay.
Do you understand that I am a cornerstone of the home warranty industry?
Okay, here we go. Now, the Alien Report opens with a very glossy, kind of like lame sci-fi feel. And it quickly cuts. Okay, stop playing that. Now, it quickly cuts to a sexy gray alien girl who's walking at a POV camera. Then we cut to, if you're watching the video on YouTube, there's a very scarred up looking gentleman that's our lead. And he's he's documenting his journey as he's figured out a way to record the aliens as they're abducting him. But when we join him, he's currently sneaking up on a car that's been staking him out. And he talks about how there have been several cars doing this his whole life. And he's going to try and get them on film too. Also, we cut to a junkyard. He's in a junkyard and he's just bought a device offline that's supposed to help him blow out windows of a car.
Of course.
So it's almost like a fuse. You know, people talk about you put a fuse to a window and it will shatter
This
it.
thing just like a hammer.
Exactly. But this will like pop it out in one shot.
Oh.
And
hammer shot.
Yeah, R.I.P. Now, we with that little bit of information, he blows out a window in a junkyard, and then we're back to him in an urban setting. It doesn't look like we're below the poverty line here, and he's riding a bike furiously through alleys.
What kind of bike? BMX? He got
No
pegs?
idea. I know you're a bike guy. We'll have to get you on there to.
Dude, I bet he had pegs. It was sick.
I know you love getting pegged. Now,
I didn't have pegs on my bike. I had a racing bike.
oh my,
From a
okay,
gentleman.
we'll get back to that.
Red line.
So he rides up on a car with heavily tinted windows, like everybody out here in the Bay Area.
What kind of car?
I have no idea.
SUV?
No, it looked something like, I don't know, a
You
Tesla.
need to pay more attention to cars.
I don't know.
movies, dude.
I don't know cars or bikes, dude.
Do you know coffee?
Now, the car peels out and he's chasing it. It's hopeless. He's not going to catch up to them. The only thing that can help him out in this car chase. Now, mind you, we have a car chase in a found footage movie in like minute 3. Now, he's going down the street. It's beautifully captured. Also, he points out that he's got 3 cameras on him at the time. He has a hearing aid.
On his person?
Yeah, on his person. So in his hearing aid, he put a micro camera.
What?
So that's how he's been getting footage of the
We got an ear cam?
of the extraterrestrials. Now, he's also got a camera mounted on his bike, like hidden in the it's not really hidden, it's kind of like a GoPro anybody would have.
And he's got one in his urethra.
And then he's got one hidden in the bike where a screw would be, he put one in. He's also got a body cam, and he's got a camera somewhere else, I can't remember. And he's chasing the car. They make a couple turns. Only thing that can help him now is the traffic lights or a car pulling off and blocking them. They make a turn, you hear a woof, and he makes the turn, the car's gone. I don't know how they did it. Clearly, there's a lot of like kind of amazing special effects in this movie, but they're making cars disappear in car chases. They have some
Dude, David Copperfield's been doing that for 2 decades.
Dude, they have like surreal imagery. Like, go ahead and keep playing the damn thing. Now, I should mention that Thomas Burke, he also DM'd me and was like, "Hey, I need your Venmo information."
Some guy in Visalia likes it.
Wait, it was that who the quote was
the
for?
review, yeah.
Oh, what?
So here we go.
What?
What kind of car was that?
That was a Scion.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. He's blowing it out again. YouTube, you can see all this.
All right, I have some questions.
Well, hold on. I just want to mention that, Thomas Burke reached out and he said, "What's your Venmo? Because the movie I'm going to ask you to watch, you got to rent it." And he said, "Don't even bother telling me that you won't take the money because I'm just going to fight you on it." So I said, "Okay, fine. Like, it's fine. I don't have the Venmo control." That's Oksana. You got to talk to her. Oksana straight up said, "Fuck you. We're not taking your money."
Yeah.
And
because she's cold and European.
and then it turned out the movie was a $20 rental.
Whoa.
Which is the only way you can watch it, which is totally fine. And honestly, it was worth it. I think we got a 70-minute runtime here. The aliens are all people in prosthetic mixed with CG. This movie is fucking undescribable and amazing. If you're a found footage fan, I definitely recommend you spring the $20 to support this fucking movie because I've never seen anything like it. Now, I should say the supporting cast here isn't great at acting. The lead is mostly great. There are a couple moments where it's like kind of shoddy, but dude,
He looks like Joe Burrow,
it's who's that?
the quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals.
I thought that too. And dude, it's a fucking trip. I think, Clark, you'd be into it just for the couple of nude aliens that show up.
Oh, did you get hard?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, she's hot.
I don't think so.
Randy, what do you think?
Who's that?
So she's a hybrid.
Oh.
That's why she had hair.
Blair Witch meets 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Count me in.
Okay, kill this trailer.
Brian from Dayton
we
loves
gotta
it.
stop
From
playing
Dayton, Ohio. Dude.
Now, here's the thing. Nobody's seen it. I think
Brian has.
it did a couple of film
this-
fest
is
tours.
this brand
You've seen
new?
it.
It's available on Vimeo for rental. That's it. Vimeo.
Vimeo. Thank you, Gisati.
For $20. I mean, nobody's seen it because one, who
I'll
the fuck is
do it.
who's looking on Vimeo for a movie? Second,
Look, I'll give $20 to these guys. I'm not giving $20 to Guy Ritchie to watch Wrath of Man at home.
what about Cruella?
I mean, come on.
What about Wrath of Khan?
$5?
Yeah, dude. Alien
Oh,
Report.
that's a good game. We should just toss out titles and give dollar amounts.
RoboCop 3.
$255.
Now, is this rental or to own?
Rental.
Oh, come on. Let's do to own. Physical media or digital?
Digital media.
Digital media. Okay.
How much digital media do you own?
Well, lately, like
Outside of your vast NFT collection.
You know what? Actually, when I would buy movies and they had the digital code, I would just give them away. So none of those count.
Randy, do you have a digital collection or not really?
It's probably like 20 to 30. Not a lot.
Oh, he's got more than me. I think we might have 5. I mean, honestly, the movie I'm going to review later, I'm probably going to buy on Amazon Prime. So,
Oh yeah.
and like Jorge Torres, I'm probably going to go back and buy Shadow Zombie.
JTT?
Yeah. Who's amazing.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Jorge Torres.
Anyway, that was the second edition of the T. Well, I mean, oh man, the acronym is growing. It's kind of intimidating me.
You tease the song. You got to play something.
It could be TT.
What?
No, the
TT.
TBRR.
Stop.
Okay, let's just
Stop.
decide. We got to workshop this now. Thomas Burke, what's that R stand
It's
for?
the Thomas Burke Report. This is the end of the
But
conversation.
it's TBRR.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to turn your mic off. Randy, I'm talking to you now. What's the R?
That's
The
what we're
TBR Report.
The TBR Report.
I like that bumper music.
Thank you.
It's the Tampa Bay Rays report. They're doing well in the professional baseball league.
Oh. I prefer the Devil Rays. All right.
They killed Steve Irwin, dude.
They did. All right.
What are you pulling up?
My,
I'm worried.
My nephew is a big fan of Steve Irwin. He watches the old Steve Irwin things, and, I
hell
had
yeah.
to tell him that he died.
Does he watch Bindi?
I don't know. I think, yeah, because they got the new stuff. He watches the old ones, though. The old ones still come on all the time.
I'm sure they do. He kind of cornered that market.
Also, Bendy is...
Banging?
She's married, dude.
Oh, that's not a deal breaker for Clark.
It's fine.
I think it's B-I-N-D-I.
It's definitely not a deal breaker. Look at my research history.
B-I-N-D-I. B-I-N-D-I.
All right, briefly, I just want to mention...
No, that is not Bindi.
Search Irwin at the end.
Oh, man.
Or woman.
All right, Randy, what movie you got?
I haven't been watching a whole lot, but this might be controversial, whether it's a film or not.
Oh,
weird.
I love it.
It's I'm calling it a 10-hour film.
All right. All right, we're done.
Was that a live stream?
By Barry Jenkins called The Underground Railroad.
Oh, my goodness.
It's an adaptation of a novel by the same name by Colson Whitehead. And so far it's really good. I'm only like 3 episodes in, but he's working with the same cinematographer and the same composer. And yeah, I don't know. It looks beautiful. It's a very good looking show. But yeah, you know, it's also very dark and not a series that you really want to binge. So I've kind of been taking my time with it. But yeah, I'm really liking it so far. It's so, you know, Underground Railroad, the book kind of imagines, so it's got like the realism of, you know, how the South was in America back in the day, but it also has like this kind of fantasy or like magic realism where like the Underground Railroad is actually an underground railroad. And there's like train conductors and like people kind of like organizing like
finally
a situation going down underground. But
damn,
it's
I like
cool.
that.
I like the tone of it. It's like I said, it gets you know, uncomfortable at times, and yeah, I don't know, but overall it looks beautiful and it's shot really well, and I'm digging it.
A film about slavery gets uncomfortable?
Yeah, of course.
I'll be dope.
Now, so I picked up the book. Still haven't gotten around to reading any book yet,
Yeah,
ever. But yeah, no, I was intrigued by the magical realism pitch of it, and just curious where, if I wanted to watch this, where would I go to hit play?
It's on the old Amazon Prime. If you want to give Bezos some more money over there.
Also, if you want to talk about books people haven't read, you see up here on that shelf?
Oh, yeah.
No, I read it.
It's a book.
What's it about?
There's a skeleton. He takes a bow.
Now, what really? Where did that book come from? Because I was at
It's a series.
Dungeon
it's a series.
Siege.
It's a series of books. Cozy skeleton skeleton. Oh, sorry, it's a family skeleton mystery by Lee Perry. There's a skeleton who lives in like a attic or a basement, and he watches like Harry Potter movies all day. And then he solves his own murder and shit, and he watches anime, and he dresses up as a different skeleton to go to an anime convention.
Now,
You haven't read it, have you?
I've read the first one.
Okay.
Now, when he solves his own murder, is
Yeah.
there retribution involved? Or did he's like, oh, figured it out?
Is he out to take the skeleton of his
I figured
murderer?
it out, and it turns out that what I need to do is continue to be a charming skeleton living with this same family or whatever, and he befriends a dog instead of antagonizing the dog.
Now, is that why you bought it? Because there was a dog on the cover?
I bought it because in the field of cozy mysteries, there are very few ambulatory skeletons. It's mostly like flesh and blood people,
Oh, the worst.
you know, with hobbies or professions.
And-
This
and
one is
ideas.
a fucking talking skeleton that skitters into its armoire and just it does really creepy things, but it's all described as if it were cute. And it's like, no, this is I don't know, there's something really appealing about the mismatch of tones going on with the family skeleton mysteries.
So now,
there's a Christmas themed one that I haven't checked out yet, but I'm sure it's a masterpiece.
which book is that?
Is this the first one?
No, that's
What
the one
the
that you have as number 2 or 3. It's where the skeleton, his skull becomes used as a prop in a high school production of Hamlet and overhears a murder taking place, but doesn't get to witness it with his skeleton eyes because he's in a locker or something because he got left there overnight accidentally.
Now,
Yeah.
can I pick that up and jump in
Yeah.
without book one?
Yeah.
I don't need, like, they don't explain why he's a skeleton in book one.
Book 1 is mostly about kind of him coming to a greater understanding of why he's a nerdy skeleton.
Oh.
Because he's like, oh, I don't have any memories. I'm just a skeleton. Oh,
Well, I mean, that dog and him seem to be getting along really well.
yeah, by
So-
book 2 or 3, the dog and him probably become friends and such. And like the woman that he lives with, like probably goes out on more dates and stuff. Like she's an assistant professor or associate professor at some university and stuff. Yeah, man.
Okay, because I might read it.
Not happening.
It's worth your time, I'm sure.
I don't know. I mean, what is worth my time?
Tough to say.
I think what burned me on reading books was just
Not enough
poor.
skeletons.
No, the poor writing. Because I used to read a lot of fantasy novels, and
Oh,
they'd be like poorly written. Just like you know what I hate about a
Why
book?
are you reading L. Ron Hubbard? Dude?
Well, here's the thing. If you're gonna like introduce a new alien, like Elron liked to do, give me a description right off the bat. I hate it when I get to the end of a fantasy novel
Look at that cover.
and I can clearly picture the alien, but in the beginning I got nothing to go on.
Mhm.
And I constantly came into that with fantasy books.
Yeah.
Also, did you see the skeleton we have downstairs?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Thank you, Bill Spataro, who sent me and Oksana a joint birthday gift of a full human skeleton like you would see in all those sex comedies in the 80s.
Which I have named Catherine Zeta Bones.
Nice.
He'll change the
Pretty
name in
good.
like 15 minutes.
Tommy Lee Bones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm
James
getting
Earl
back,
Bones.
I'm getting back into reading.
Absolutely. There's somewhere on YouTube there's a promotional clip for I think the Christmas book of the Skeleton series where it's like a shitty song about like it's like the I want a hippopotamus for Christmas, but it's changed to like I want a stupid skeleton for Christmas or some shit. Yeah, she's had to change publishers to publish these things because the original publishing house I don't think is like picking up the last 2 or 3 of the series. And you can't just like stop writing books about skeletons,
Dude.
So I
Now,
think she's
what
doing
else has
independent now.
has Lee Perry done?
I mean, I think she's like a Nobel laureate for her other work in the field of literature. No, I think it's just this.
It's just
Dude,
all right.
Amazon is not only, I love to go to Amazon Prime to find the weirdest indie like film, but man, they've got some weird fucking books on there too. I think there was a Bigfoot like sex book that I found a girl who was reviewing it on YouTube, and I remember going through all her shit trying to find a clip that was worth playing on here. And I just couldn't do it. When, the bar is very low for the shit I'll play anyway. So that's how boring she is. But yeah, I don't know. Me and Randy were talking before recording about how Scary Thoughts, one of their hosts, he just reads 100 books a year. And I'm like, I fucking could do maybe 20. So today I woke up and I spent 2 hours reading a book. Hopefully I can keep that up. I haven't been able to do it with like exercise or anything else, but
yeah.
We'll try. You had a book you just bought, right? And you were like, I'm going to read this
No,
one.
I bought it years ago. That's the whole thing.
Blood Meridian?
Oh.
Yes, I will read Blood Meridian. It's
Let's
going
do
to
it.
happen.
Let's
We
do
want to
it.
read it together?
Well, we could book club.
Book club, dude.
How about how do book clubs work?
You get 5 friends or any X amount of friends and say, hey, let's all read
All
this.
right. I'm glad you changed it from 5 to a
I know, 5.
variable.
Jeez. We got a book club in this room.
Oh, God.
We got
That's true.
5 right here.
We could do it.
All right.
Skeleton takes a bow. And Charlie lead the way.
No, man, I'll do Blood Meridian. It's fine.
Hell yeah.
I've read that one before. I haven't read Skeleton Takes a Bow.
Boo.
All right, now Randy, back to the Underground Railroad. Now, is Harriet Tubman have anything to do with this, or
Not yet, no.
not yet?
I mean, I'm only 3 episodes deep. The main character's
Oh.
name is Cora.
I
And
understand.
so she's trying to leave
Cora.
Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think so, but I've yet to find out.
Interesting.
So
There-
is the fantasy element, is it because the protagonist is a child?
I don't think she's a child. I mean, she's
Oh,
probably
she looked
like
really young in the
teens, maybe.
Okay,
maybe late
but you know what I
teens.
mean? Like, kind of, I don't know. I think it's interesting when narratives will express like children anxieties in like,
Yeah.
what's the fucking Underground Railroad? Well, it's a train underground,
Yeah.
which I clearly believed.
It
from,
doesn't.
Of course.
Yeah.
yeah, middle school.
It doesn't feel
elementary.
childish at all. It's just like, I don't know. It feels like, I don't know. It feels right in the tone of the show. I don't
Well-
know. It doesn't feel like ultra childish or
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Does it feel
doesn't feel
MK
out of
Ultra
place.
childish?
Well, I'm thinking more like Tigers Are Not Afraid.
Sure. Yeah.
Right, because that's not like it's not really like kid material, but
That's
it's
true.
kids
Yeah.
navigating the
Similar.
world. Yeah, that's cool. I'd be into that.
There is, however, an unfortunate CG fire sequence in the first episode.
I mean, you just gotta live with it sometimes. I don't know, man. There's been a lot of bad CG fire.
Yeah.
I used to write it down too, and I'm like, maybe we should just
You had a CG fire log?
yeah, because I wanted to bring it up on the show, and I just never did.
We are constantly on CG fire watch.
I know.
Be a good
I love-
letterbox
dude.
list.
We are. On
All right, that's just you know what? It's back. I'm gonna start. We're making CG Firewatch happen,
Dude, we're CG firemen.
dude. We have like a helicopter, like a chopper, like. And it's yeah. No, we could make. We're gonna do that.
All right, Randy, what else?
Another TV show,
Oh my God.
also on HBO. You talk about TV every
I
week.
was gonna think.
Yeah, but you have to be better, dude.
I'll try next week. Been really enjoying the TV show Hacks on HBO, featuring.
Takes one to know
Hits,
one.
hits too
Gene
close
Smart.
to home for me.
It's really good. It's essentially so there's this like 20-something-year-old girl living in LA. She's like a TV writer, and she like makes a tweet that is bad, and she kind of gets canceled. And she I think she gets fired from her job, and she's looking for a new job.
Oh, a la Roseanne?
I guess so, yeah. Except for
Alright.
much younger than Roseanne. And then yeah, she gets like this mysterious sort of like job offer, and they're like, "Hey, we'll fly you to Vegas, and like you have this interview with this person played by Gene Smart." So she is like this big like old time comedian who has like a residency in Las Vegas, and she goes to interview with her, and like Gene Smart is just like really sort of like mean to her in the interview. And she's like, you know what? Fuck this. I didn't even sign up for this. So she kind of just like tells her to fuck off, and she like walks out. And then after she like tells her to fuck off, Gene Smart is like, okay, I think I kind of like this kid. So she like chases her down, and then they start working together. And then so they kind of, Gene Smart's characters, like producers, like brought this younger girl in to kind of like make her jokes a little more like relevant because she's like getting kind of old. So there's, I don't know, just a lot of like really interesting like conversations about like comedy and like the generational gap between them two.
Does it all take place in Las Vegas?
Yeah, most of it. I think like the first episode doesn't because she's
She's
in
got
LA.
a Phantom, dude?
Yeah, sure. Is that car?
Yes, it's a Rolls Royce.
She's listening to the opera.
You go back to the that little hood emblem that actually goes inside the car. You can press a
Ooh.
button and it can go. Bzzz. That's it.
What
Retractable.
does it do?
Nice.
That's rad.
Yeah.
When it's in there, what does it do?
Well, no, because that emblem probably costs $15,000.
It reads "Skeleton takes a bow."
Oh, that's pretty cool. It doesn't have any adventures.
Oh, by the way, remind me. I'll show you the craziest video I have ever seen in my life.
Okay, way to casually drop that.
Is it a beheading video that you saw in fifth grade?
No, but I'll tell you, it's more impressive. It's this Asian guy who made a Bugatti Chiron out of wood for his son.
Oh,
Now, a Bugatti Chiron is a $3 million car. He made one out of wood that is insane, and it runs. And he's like, oh, he's building it for his son. Then you get to the end of the video. His son is 2 years old. I'm telling the craftsmanship is world class. It's unbelievable. See if you can find it. Bugatti.
No, dude.
This is what I'm using my time for.
Wait, if I can whittle a shoe out of wood,
BU,
and I call it a Nike,
Yeah, called cobbling.
Bugatti. There
is
you
it
go.
it's whittling?
Bugatti.
Thank you, Randy.
Made out of wood.
The
Now-
cobbler, Adam Sandler.
Now, if I carve my own Nikes out of wood and then I call them Nikes, I still don't think they're Nikes.
Yeah, hit the video. You'll skip around.
Right? Am I right?
Wait, what's your
Yeah,
Nike?
because they're not manufactured by Nike.
Yeah.
Wait, what? No, but he made this to scale.
It doesn't make it an actual Bugatti, though.
I'm not saying. Look at it. Would you click the video? What are you doing?
Quick. I'm mad on bikes. An Indonesian
This
workshop
is not
has
the
been hard
video.
at
You
work.
had the video.
Yeah, Oksana, get it right.
Then you click the other video.
Capital One advertisement.
Also, this is a
Sponsored by-
podcast. I don't know.
Yeah, the one you clicked 3 videos ago. Yes,
Vimeo.
you did click it.
Advertisement,
And then you went
also
away
known
with
as
the
Vimeo.
ads. There we go. Look at this. It runs, dude.
What's it run on?
runs.
America runs on
Look
Duncan.
at this. Look at this. Build the most beautiful wooden Bugatti
Seems heavy.
for my son.
I
Oh,
think
it's out of wood.
I've seen a slightly more beautiful wooden Bugatti, but this one actually does look nice too. Yeah, looks okay.
Look at this.
I'd drop like a couple hundred on it.
Dude, it's insane. My mouth was agape the entire time I watched this.
Recreate that.
Now, my mouth was not agape during the movies that I want to talk about this week.
Nice.
Ooh.
Segway King.
I will not talk about the Gia Coppola film that Randy likes, and I don't understand why.
I like Andrew Garfield in it. The movie's okay.
The movie is terrible, and Andrew Garfield is you need to. I don't know what's wrong with him.
He's getting weird, man.
We shared the same birthday, and I try to fight for him, but he's getting out of pocket now. He's running around with a dildo in this movie.
Uh-huh.
He thinks he's funny. I don't know. The movie's very strange. I think I lost track of him with Silver Lake, man. And this seemed very Silver Lake-y.
Yeah. It's kind of Silver Lake adjacent.
Yeah. And what is the name of it called?
Under the Silver Lake?
No.
Mainstream.
Mainstream.
Gia Coppola.
Yeah, horrible. All right. I liked Palo Alto, though. But the movie I do want to talk about is a movie that I did enjoy called North Hollywood. Randy, you know about this?
Vaguely.
Now, you saw and are a fan of the Jonah Hill motion picture mid-90s, correct?
Yeah.
I believe it's got several of the same cast members.
Nice.
The kid who played Fourth Grade,
Okay. Yeah.
he is the star of this film.
Huh?
Very good. Riley something is his name. I believe he is an actual skateboarder, and he's very good in this movie, North Hollywood. Now, the movie opens up, Russell Fisher, with this kid, and he's getting ready. Okay, he just got out of the shower, and then you see his dad.
Full nude?
No. And then his dad's yelling at him. He's like, "Hey, can you come in here?" Who plays his dad?
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah. Hey, kid. Hey, kid, can you come in here? Vincent Vaughn plays his father.
Right out of prison?
Right out of prison. He's got the neck tat and everything. Skull tat. Love the first 2 minutes of this movie where they're doing a bit about the shower curtain and how he didn't tuck the shower curtain in when he goes into the shower, and now water's all over the floor. And then Vince Vaughn's just doing a bit about, what are you, a child? You don't know how to, you're 18 years old. You don't know you put the shower curtain inside of the shower? He's like, I don't know. I just don't do it. I don't know. It seemed a very natural conversation that a parent would have with their shithead kid.
Yo, Blake Anderson's in this?
Yes, Blake Anderson is in it for
Hell yeah.
15 seconds.
Sounds about right.
Basically, this kid plays a little skater guy who wants to be a pro skater. His dad wants him to go to college, and he does not want to go to college. So his dad makes him go to the construction company and work for him, and he's still dipping out on that to go play skate time. And he meets up with some pro skaters, and they tell him, like, hey, man, you're cool, but, like, you got to cut out this kid shit, man. Like, you're bringing too much drama in here, man.
Mm.
And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And so he fixes it. But he doesn't fix it. Honestly, I'll tell you this. Ryder McLaughlin is the kid's name. One of the best examples of male friendship. This movie is about just broing out, dude. It's about,
Hell yeah.
It's about,
That's what we need these days.
Yes, it's about love between brothers, man.
Also, the girl from Hacks is in this. Hannah Einbinder.
Oh, she's in this?
Yeah.
She's the waitress.
I don't remember her.
Also, remember when I was talking about IMDb looking really dumb?
This is it now?
Yeah, that's IMDb.
Oh, no.
Why don't you go back? Oh, Deborah Lamb's in there? What's up, Deborah?
Oh, she is.
I have no idea.
Oh, jeez. You've met Deborah Lamb.
Yeah,
Have I?
she came to UF.
Yeah.
I didn't meet. I don't
Randy's
know.
like, I was checked out.
She's in the Dave O'Shea crew, dude.
Randy was doing ayahuasca. He doesn't remember.
Dude, you've seen her titties. Her titties were enough.
Cool.
She's got enough titties. She gave Dave O'Shea a bath.
Dude, when you were talking about children skating,
Yeah.
I thought you meant like 12.
No.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I'm like, that's not
They're
a child.
18. They're 18 years old.
Yeah,
They just graduated high school.
yeah.
I really did enjoy this. I did not see mid-90s. This has a nice little comedic tone to it, but it's not jokey. I was kind of worried because I was like, Blake Anderson's in this. Is this going to be like,
I don't watch mid 90s. I don't think you dig it. Mid 90s is an indie movie that's clearly not an indie movie.
the kid from mid-90s is in this. The killing of Bob from A Killing of a Sacred Deer.
I don't remember him. in
Yeah,
that,
I don't
but
remember.
Well,
either.
he's the guy in he's the main kid. Yeah, that kid, Sonny. or
okay.
whatever.
Oh, okay.
He's in this. He's in North Hollywood as a skater kid.
Now, I imagine he could be good.
Who's just a stoned out little kid.
What I mean about like mid 90s is a indie movie that's not an indie movie is just the production, the feel of the movie. Like, the thing that makes what was Sean Baker's second movie that was like so good? Or not
Florida
second
Project.
movie. Florida Project is what I'm thinking about, even though it's like his
Starlet?
fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah, not Starlight. I think you are right.
Starlet's
Or
his first
what
one.
was the delivery guy one? That one kicks ass.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
it. But
Take out. Oh man.
you know,
Maybe, yeah.
Florida Project just feels so like raw and like fucking like real. Like mid 90s never feels that.
Really?
Like it feels like I don't know, Hollywood doing Larry Clark.
Does it feel like A24 light, dude?
Yeah, except I would argue in the rare occasion that A24 feels more like indie and like more art house than mid 90s does. Which I mean, I enjoyed mid 90s, but it's just not
North Hollywood is not art house.
okay. Okay.
Takeout. Is this Sean Baker?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I saw it a
Wow.
long time ago. Yeah.
Is it good?
I remember it being good. Yeah.
I like Sean Baker.
Sean Baker's tight. And I mean, that's an indie filmmaker. And
Oh yeah.
Florida Project, God, dude. Like I remember
By the way, do you follow Sean Baker on Letterboxd?
No.
No one watches more movies than him
I don't know. What about Mickey from
Outside
Three
of-
Friends?
and Robbie.
I'll tell you right now, Mickey, they did a fucking episode on Pauly Shore. Mickey watched everything Pauly Shore had ever done in that week. And he was like, it started as a bit, and then he was in a wormhole that he couldn't get out of.
You know, I have been secretly campaigning in my head for us to show Pauly Shore is Dead as a part of the Unnamed Footage Festival.
After hearing Mickey briefly talk about it, I'm interested in watching it.
You've never seen it?
No, and there was the other one he made too. That's kind of similar. It's a film made by him with a bunch of stars that like It's not Pauly Shore is Dead. It's something else. But
There's one of that kind of genre that I think you guys should try to track down a copy of, because I can't find a copy of it anywhere, called That's Adequate.
oh, what is it?
That's what I hear
one
after
of the,
coitus.
It's one of those kind of like
That's a lie.
Cavalcade of Stars mockumentary.
Richard Lewis, hell yeah.
things. Like, check out this cast.
Jerry
though.
Stiller?
That's Adequate. Fake documentary about fictional Hollywood film studio.
Yeah, which is not, without precedent. Didn't Peter Jackson do one of those about some New Zealand studio thing? But yeah,
No,
scroll
yeah.
down to the cast of That's Adequate, and
Again,
Yeah.
Tony
Everyone.
Randall.
just want to point out this is IMDb now. It's fucking ugly.
Oh, we got
Mhm.
both of Ben Stiller's parents. Very nice. Richard Lewis.
maybe scroll down further. I don't know any of these fuckers. Oh, come on. I thought I had it more stacked than that. But
This
maybe
is
it's
a-
not.
There's a. What do you mean?
Robert Downey Jr.?
I know,
Yeah.
but I thought it was yet even more stacked than what
Robert
you're
Vaughn plays Adolf Hitler.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't, dude. I like the way that they call it a fake documentary too. I
Mhm.
think, just with the mockumentary format, which is, these are thoughtful films. Just that synopsis alone gives me the idea that maybe this one isn't so thoughtful,
Yeah.
which might be even more rewarding.
Yeah.
So I'm down. I'd like to dig this one up. How come you can't find it? It's just not streaming anywhere?
It's
or-
not streaming. I don't think it had a DVD release. I think there's a VHS copy floating around on eBay for $1 million.
shit.
It's one of those kind of things. There
Somebody
you
rip it.
If
I
you-
mean,
If you're not streaming, you're scheming, dude.
you're scheming the stream.
Joe Franklin? Oh, man.
Who's that? Joey Frank.
Joe Franklin had a talk show in New York that was terrible.
It checks out.
Yeah.
He plays himself in the movie.
I'll show you more Joe Franklin. All right. Birdman.
Yo.
Impress me.
I'm looking for
wait,
an adequate.
With what? With what do you mean?
What are you bringing to the table? Now, before we started the record,
Yeah.
I mean, you were just,
Dude,
Russell,
I was
you missed,
Spitfire, man.
you missed a lot of gold down there.
Mhm.
I mean,
I heard him.
Charlie was talking about
Saw.
a Twitch channel
Yeah.
that's only shrimp related, and you can't. There's 2 rules.
Okay, so I guess first of all, do we want to talk feature films or do we want to talk streaming accounts?
The floor is yours for 14 minutes.
I mean, Randy argued that a show is a movie. I feel like you could do the same about the shrimp stream.
Okay, sure. So up until recently, I'd kind of been ignoring Twitch content outside of people using it to kind of run like little micro cinemas, streaming, different movies or whatever, doing little movie marathons. But I've reached out now into realizing what Twitch is really for.
Hold on. Can you plug one of those? Because I've been curious. Because we've been fucking around on Twitch.
Yeah, there's one. I think it's the account name is like Horror Mom 92 or something.
Oh fuck.
She's I don't know, but she's great at streaming movies.
Now, are they all public domain, or do you think she's kind of flying under the radar here?
It's under the just chatting category for a reason. So nobody blow up anyone's spot. Everyone be cool.
Rad. And again, anybody who listens to this show, they clearly don't give a fuck about that stuff.
That's true.
But I've been trying to get Clark. I'm like, we should do a thing where we just like fuck around on Amazon Prime or like YouTube.
Yeah. For Twitch, the way around it for some streamers is also to kind of couch the cinematic image in one, let's say, quadrant of the screen, maybe up to 40% of it. Then you have a little border images, and then also, now here is the key part, to have you yourself, the streamer, like there also, so that people can watch you vaguely like watching the movie, and then they can type into the chat something like, "Oh, Julianne Moore is great here," and then the streamer will read that comment out loud, say, "Julianne Moore is great here." Yeah, I agree, Donut Guy. Julianne Moore is great, And
When isn't she though?
Exactly. That's why Donut Guy's comment could be about any moment in any Julianne Moore feature, including The Forgotten. Screw it. She's great in that too.
You've seen the isolation.
Forgotten?
No, the isolation shit we do on Twitch.
Yeah.
Do you think
that was the first Twitch stream I think that I encountered?
Oh, well, I
believe so.
apologize. And do you think we could get away with that? Now we have played like former guests like Brian Lanano. We played his short Gwilliam on wait, it's not called Gwilliam. What is this short called? I don't know. It's Gwilliam short.
Mhm.
And we showed that on there, and I remember feeling like, are we breaking a rule?
I mean, I don't really know all the Twitch rules. Probably, maybe not. I mean,
Cool.
Unless the Gwilliam guy is gonna try to take you down for it.
He's a homie.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, okay. I didn't mean to derail you there. It's just
Sure.
I've been thinking about that like interactive, kind of like a new virtual theater.
Yes.
And it's just I know the movie industry is so all about the dollar that
Mhm.
somebody's going to want to get paid if anything like that actually ends up working. But
yeah.
I'm interested. I'm glad you told me about that. I'm gonna look up Horror Mom.
As a community experience, there are ups and downs to it. Actually, the San Mateo County Library does its own version of one where they stream from like Canopy or a couple other kind of sources that they have like agreements with. And
do you watch it?
I went to one of their events because Robson was like the presenter.
Yeah, David.
Yeah,
David Robson. He's been a guest on the show.
He presented Akiru, and we were watching Akiru. There wasn't a lot of chat activity because it's a library event, and so like
you had to be quiet.
Now hold on. Do you know? Have you met Kaja before?
I don't think
Kaja,
so.
he's the dude that runs it. He actually hooked up with Robson, because
they hooked up.
Yeah, they hooked up. So
That's
Robson's
tight.
been introing a lot of movies out
They
there.
film it?
Kaja was, I think, our second guest on the show ever.
Correct.
He's the one that runs all those events,
Oh,
and he's
sure.
been hitting me up with like online links and shit. And yeah, I don't know. That's pretty interesting.
So even the library version of it does create a certain kind of new community. Different ones have different vibes and whatever. The shrimp channel that I was talking about earlier, where it's just 24/7 footage of a shrimp tank. That community seems to mostly be interested in shrimp, rather than images or the idea of it being a new cinema per se.
Charlie, quick question. Now,
absolutely.
these are shrimp and not prawns, correct? Or is that part of the dialogue on the shrimp channel? No prawns allowed.
I don't know if
we don't like
you're-
District 9.
I don't know if you're permitted to talk about prawns or District 9.
Okay.
What I liked about the shrimp cam, and there are plenty of wildlife cams on Twitch, but
These
the
are
shrimp,
beautiful shrimp.
The shrimp cam is the only one that seems to have a specific rule against even discussing the idea of eating the species of animal that you're watching. Like, I think for the wildlife cams, you could conceivably, without being banned, discuss the notion of eating a deer or a raccoon, just like in general terms, not even specifically about the animals you're seeing.
Sure.
But the shrimp cam rule number 2 is that there is no discussion of the eating of shrimp. You will be banned. This is your only warning. Like,
Wait,
it
hold
really
on.
is serious. Go to the chat
Can
rules.
we
Yeah.
test it out? Who
Yeah,
what are
get
you
yourself
logged in
banned.
with? Is
Oh,
that
are we going to get banned
is that my
live?
Let's get
login?
banned from
Oh,
shrimp
yes,
chat.
please.
Wait, who is that? What? It's your account? Okay. You might not want to be banned.
Can
I
we
know
get
you might-
banned, please? Can we get banned from the shrimp channel?
Just say something like
Just say, ooh, shrimp, yum, yum.
yeah, I would be like, "Ooh, yummy shrimp."
Shrimp
And then see if
cocktail
it's
is
like you
pretty
get
good.
banned.
I have shrimp chips downstairs.
Okay, I don't know what's
No.
I can't
They're
believe
good.
why are you so against being banned from this
Because
channel?
it's a family-friendly shrimp channel. The kids are watching it and they're studying.
Just say shrimp, yummers.
Yeah, then you could even argue.
Just say yummers. That's it. You're not even saying, yeah, let's test it. If we're going to test it, let's test it.
Now, because we have so many people in studio today, we don't have a mic for Oksana, but I will describe. She is very against getting banned from
All right,
the shrimp.
log in under my Twitch account.
I'm surprised that the microphones aren't picking up her screams.
I know. Dude,
I have no idea what my Twitch account login is.
Shrimps 24/7.
All right, yeah.
Shout out.
Randy, do you know your Twitch login?
I don't.
You want to give it out on the
All right. Yeah, log in. Here we go.
Oh, hell yeah. You might have to go.
Hold on.
You might have to go to that account's email address to put in a 6-digit confirmation number after signing in on a new device.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
God,
probably
this
true.
is going to be rough. But I'm going to tell you.
But anyway, I'll talk about other Twitch
All
stories.
right, please do.
So there's a kind of a royalty
Wait a minute.
theme to a lot of the bigger, and by bigger I mean accounts that'll pull in 500 to 600 people just for hobbyist stuff.
I have an idea. Stay logged in yours.
There's the Donut
I'll
King,
do it on my phone and we can
All
watch
right,
it.
all right, cool.
who will make donuts, starting about 11 p.m. to midnight Pacific time. You can just watch him.
I'm into this, I think.
Yeah, it's really chill because he's just there. He's making different batches, and he'll like say like, "Oh, I'm going to make 3 batches of cinnamon rolls. This is the process for it and such." People can ask him questions. And just for the record, like, yeah, his favorite kind of donut is he doesn't have one. His least favorite kind of donut is, of course, all of them because he's been doing this for 10 years.
I bullshit. You know,
What's your favorite donut?
Oh, my favorite? You know, I got like a top 3. I got to be in the mood. First, I love
maple buttermilk.
You know what? It's growing the more I think about it. I got like a top 5.
Let's go.
You know what? Let's try and whittle it down to 3. Apple fritter. I love what do they call it? The old fashioned, where you can break it off.
I like a maple old fashioned.
A maple old fashioned. I'll do that.
I'll do chocolate, but I think I swing more maple these days.
You look like it.
I'm not a huge old fashioned fan, but you throw a little maple in there, it'll help.
There you go.
Okay, I could do either. I could even do a glazed old fashioned. It's really the interaction with the food that I'm looking for. I like to break it off.
Yeah, the way that the old fashions
nice,
do have those like kind of exterior segments.
Yeah.
And then even once you get to that inner ring again, it breaks off into clean segments pretty well. Yeah.
I have this haunting memory of my uncle.
boy.
R.I.P.
Easy.
He's no longer with us. And I remember I woke up one day and I was going to school and he had been crashing on our couch.
Mhm.
And he was gone. And the only proof that he had actually been there in the morning was a cup of coffee that, had like dribble on it, whatever, and an old-fashioned donut that had all the sides broken off, but the ring was still there. And as a fat kid, I couldn't help but just be like, man, fuck you, dude. Because if there were only one like little segment left, I would have broke that off and ate it. I'm not fucking with just the inner ring,
There's an intact thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have an update on the shrimp channel debacle.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I've gone through a journey in 2 minutes.
Okay.
So I needed to verify everything in order to chat. I verified my email. I got a verification code. I did all of that. And then it was like, okay, you need to follow us now. So I followed
You gotta follow them. You gotta follow them.
I got to follow them. Now it says you need to follow for 1 hour to chat.
I forgot about that.
And you have 59 minutes and 3 seconds left.
All right, well,
That's
let's
true.
check
Sorry,
back in.
I forgot about that. And I've been following them for a few days, but I'm not getting banned from Shrimp Chat ever. So.
All right, well, then we can have a new segment, the 24-hour shrimp chat segment.
The 24-hour shrimp segment.
Good enough. Now, to get back to my top 5, I like a jelly donut.
Now, what kind of jelly?
You can't complicate. I'll tell you right now.
Strawberry only.
I am the type of person, if I bite in and it's a juicy pocket and I'm really looking for some jelly.
Don't say juicy pocket.
If I get fucking custard on my tongue, I'm not a happy camper.
Why?
Yeah, I'll throw a tantrum right then and there.
Okay, thank you. I fucking
I'll throw
hate a custard.
I'll just
you
lie on
hate
the
a
floor of the
custard?
shop.
You don't like custard either?
I will lie on the floor of the shop and throw a little tantrum if I get custy on my tongue.
And I'll come and lick it off, baby.
No.
I love the custard.
What do they
Look,
what do
my
they call
tantrum's
the-
pretty violent, man.
What do they call those log ones?
Can we order
The bar,
donuts
wait,
right
the
now?
raised bars.
What are they called?
So they're raised bars, and those will be like the long ones. Yeah.
I feel bad because I bite into that and there's custard. It's going right back in the fucking box.
Okay, so they say raised bar. Now, in some circles they refer to it as a long john
I was about to say a long boy.
or a long boy.
Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, this urban dialect for this fucking donut.
I'm hit and miss sometimes with Dunkin' Donuts. There are a couple that I like.
Boo.
I like the maple long john. Those are good.
Yeah.
But see, I grew up on Krispy Kreme.
You guys got rolling pin donuts right
Rolling
down the
pins
way.
is great.
Rolling
Pin
Pin's
is hella
fine.
good.
Now, I'll tell you, my favorite donut chain, by far and away, is a Texas chain that we had in Mississippi called Shipley's. Shipley's is by far the best donut in the history of the world, and there's no conversation
Is that
to
a
be
chain?
said around it.
Right?
Yes,
I believe you.
Shipley's is great.
How many more do I need in my top 5?
I think we've had apple fritters.
They got
we've
Shipley's
had
in Atlanta?
old-fashioned, and we've had the jelly.
You're counting fritters a donut?
I mean, I
Yeah.
buy it. I'd never don't eat it anywhere else.
It's.
Apple fritter counts because only donut shop will sell you a real apple fritter.
I love a fritter.
All right, let's do the
So we got
cinnamon.
two more, man.
What are they called?
Cinnamon rolls?
Yep. And
Oh hell no!
I love
I
raisin.
hate a cinnamon roll.
I love raisin.
I've never enjoyed. This is
I
true.
love cinnamon.
I've never enjoyed a cinnamon roll in my life.
Okay, here's the other thing. I also like to interact with my donut. I like to uncurl them. I like to torture them before I devour them.
What are you, Jigsaw? What are you doing? You want to play a game? With
Yeah,
your
I'm
donut?
playing a game. And if I gotta have one more, I think I.
No, Bear Claw didn't do anything for you?
Oh, I like a bear claw. I don't know if it's a go-to.
I like a Bear Claw.
Do they have things in them?
They
Do they have a
can.
donut shaped like a Bigfoot foot that has like stuff in it?
Yeah, you'll have to go to Willow Creek.
I'm sure they do.
Coop could tell you.
Okay, that's my fifth favorite. I've never had it, but I'm really
A Bigfoot. You're an
a
idiot.
Bigfoot shaped donut that's got stuff in it. I'm not sure what it is. It's probably brown and got like interesting texture.
What about a cruller?
Well, excuse me? Is that a German donut?
Da.
Das Kruller.
Das Cruller.
Wait, what is it?
It's like a, it's like a, Google it.
You're
It's got
making
ridges.
you're
It's got
making a circle
ridges. It's
motion.
kind of like an old fashioned.
Oh, the French kind?
Yeah.
Oh, I like a French one. Not
Cruller.
my favorite. Nah.
Let's see how she's.
All right, those are my top 5. But again, I started on that because I said there is a bad donut.
Yeah.
And it's always the donut left at the end of the dozen. And
Those.
it's the fucking, yeah, I like them. They're not my favorite. They're kind of empty. Like you bite into them and
So am I.
there's a lot of air. I know. I hang out with people like that. I don't need to put them in my mouth.
Well, don't
yeah,
speak too
exactly.
soon.
So the worst donut, do we have a drum roll drop? The plain donut fucking blows.
No, all right.
What do you mean
When
by
you say the plain donut,
Are you talking about a like a raised glaze, or are you talking about a cake?
I'm talking about a cake.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about like the classic, like if I were a police officer in 1971,
Yeah.
I'd be dipping it into my coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
I do not like a cake donut.
Has anybody ever actually
Same.
gone out of their way to buy just that kind of donut?
But they always include it.
They include it in the dozen that you can't pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most places you can't pick your dozen, which it infuriates me.
Well,
Donut industry. What are we doing?
It's literally a way to get rid of those donuts.
Those are the worst.
Yeah, that's all it is. You know what? I like the crumble one too. The sugar crumble. Is there
I like
cinnamon?
a cinnamon sugar donut.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know.
Okay, back to the Twitch thing. That was a great tangent.
I have. Sorry, I've been ordering donuts like not too infrequently during the past couple weeks. Like I've had nights where I just like order a half dozen donuts
So
from a
tight.
rolling pin,
Let's order donuts right now.
and then I'll just
I don't
eat 'em
need
all.
it. Look at me. I don't need a fucking
order
donut.
it right now.
Dude,
I
you
do
got
one.
donuts next to you. The fucking
Oh,
hostess
coffee
ones.
cake? You want some coffee cake?
No, keep them away.
Charlie, you want one?
That's a coffee. That's a cake.
They're good. They're good.
But where's the coffee?
in
all
the-
right.
In the car
so
with the comedian.
last Twitch stream, and this is more that my girlfriend's like fallen in love with this woman. I think her username is like Bingo Dab Queen or something. She just plays bingo in Virginia.
Bingo
Fuck yeah.
dab queen.
And she plays it, and there's all sorts of, you use the cool little bingo marker to do all the numbers. Occasionally there will be some kind of like drama going around. You ever see that Altman movie California Split, and like the beginning
Not
sequence of it is like this giant room of all these different poker tables and shit.
Mhm.
And there are all these little micro stories going on everywhere. And so the best part of the Twitch stream isn't really the star, it's overhearing the crazier dramas going around her. Like there was a lady who because they have like, I think they're 2 or 3 numbers ahead of what's being announced are still visible, so you can anticipate what's going to happen with your card a little bit ahead of time. And this one lady was like one step away from winning $8,900 yesterday, and
That's a fair amount of money.
somebody called out bingo like right before that, and she like got up and started saying like, oh hell no, she had to take, and she's like, I have to take a walk. And so she like just like took a fucking break, took a walk. The bingo dab queen followed up with her after the night's event. They talked about that moment and stuff. It was pretty good. But yeah,
Hot
she'll-
takes from
she'll-
the bingo circuit.
yeah.
Clark, is Bingo Dab Queen kind of hot?
I'd clown around it. Only 6.2K?
Only?
Oh, we need to blow her
You
up.
can
Nah.
go get some merch.
Oh, really?
Now, can we
Yeah.
get banned from her channel?
I wouldn't.
Can we say we
recommend
want to eat the bingo dab queen? Is that rule number 2?
I mean, I hope it's more entertaining than a comment like that.
no.
Come on. Make the bingo queen mad. Hit her where it
I'm-
really hurts.
I'm not sure what the rules of the chat are. It seems like a pretty tight knit community in there. Like they keep tabs on each other.
Yeah, they do.
They're going to find you, dude.
They definitely don't talk about mahjong.
You're going to leave one day and you're going to see bingo dots all over your car. And that's how you're going to know they're going to kill you.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Bingo
the
dots?
the bingo dot
Yeah,
killer.
yeah, yeah.
What's the tagline?
Bingo.
Exactly. Thank you. Bingo.
Of course.
Bingo.
B-I-N-G.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Randy, you can't do that.
Or what about just bingo? You're dead. You're trying to find a fault in it, but you know that you would find that on Amazon Prime, and you'd be like, "Oh my God, bingo, you're dead."
All right, who plays the bingo killer?
Nicolas Cage.
Bindi Irwin.
Bindi Irwin.
Ooh, yeah.
Call back.
Robert Zadar.
He died, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, if he didn't die,
We get his ashes.
Oh, God. We get his jaw.
Oh God.
That's all we need. Put it on a necklace. All right.
I mean, I guess I should talk about horror movies. I came on a horror movie podcast. I watched a horror movie.
Did you?
Last night,
Yeah.
Just so I would have a horror genre thing to talk about. So I watched Saw 7, aka Saw 3D, aka Saw the Final Chapter, aka Jigsaw's Big Day, aka Saw Bayou Rodeo. Has
Look
like a
at that
million
poster.
titles. Yeah. And I'm really glad that I had seen the first 3 Saw movies before this, because I was able to follow about half of what was going on, and also recognize, oh, this is how far the visual standards of the Saw franchise have fallen.
Yeah.
It was that's a cool poster. Is it? It's cooler than the movie. It's like Jigsaw's trying to like inspire this like guy who's trying to do Stolen Valor about Jigsaw Strap's life. He's to like be a better Jigsaw victim or something. Oh, yeah. I really do regret having watched this film, which is a rarity for me. Usually I don't walk away from things with much regrets, but I didn't really have a good time with this.
Is this the one where they have a kill that's behind like glass on New York or whatever, and it's like
Yeah, that's the pre-title kill. Yeah.
I saw it in 3D. I had a good time.
Yeah.
It's weird, you know.
Did you watch it in 3D, Charlie?
I watched it in 2 dimensions.
Now
That might have been
should have
the
watched it
missing
in the
component.
warped dimension.
Now earlier I mentioned how I woke up and was reading like right away
Never
because I'm
been.
trying to read. And
Good job,
good job,
Randy.
Randy. And oddly enough, in the book I was reading, they were talking about Saw, and they were talking about the guy who coined the term torture porn.
Yeah.
And how another very literate, intelligent dude argued with him that it should be called spectacle porn.
Ooh.
And part of the spectacle, actually, the whole movie is about the spectacle of horror, where we're going to
It's
see.
also about fucking Instagram-esque inspirational messages. like Jigsaw or whoever's doing the Jigsaw isms in this film is really
To the
into
Jigsaw.
is really into this like live, laugh, love shit, where he'll write like value your loved ones, ignore your detractors on the different doors and shit.
Was he Tony Robbins?
Exactly. Yeah. No. And there's not much poetry to the inspirations.
No
in this
time
one.
for
It's-
haters.
He's Gary
Right?
V.
Yeah.
No, but it was pretty interesting because they were talking about like, actually, it tied in like 9/11, and it was talking about how horror had changed
Mhm.
and our interaction with it. But the whole spectacle horror,
Yeah.
kind of made the audience implicit in the whole torture aspect, where it's like, you know, at the end of Hostel. I'm going to ruin this movie now, but you know how our character saves herself by like putting somebody else in the chair.
Yes.
Yeah, they're kind of like, there's a weird thing going on when the whole movie, ignore the confusing 7-part narrative that they rewrite at the end of every film. It's really just about people dying in new ways.
Yes, there was something in Saw 7 too that connects to the only thing that I've been watching during the pandemic, which have been old seasons of the more punishing reality televisual experiences. Survivor and Big Brother both have philosophical overlaps with Jigsaw, and where they're trying to I guess inspire a rebirth of yourself by saying, hey, if you can do this stupid thing that really sucks, maybe you can also wake up tomorrow and, you know, like yourself more or something.
If you can make it off this game show island.
Pretty much. Or if you can kill your body for a month and a half or whatever, you can do this. Or if you can spend a summer eating dog shit, you can do this or that. But they all have the rhetoric. Well, at least not really. Big Brother doesn't, but Survivor certainly does.
Yeah.
Has leaned into, especially once the host Jigsaw took over the role of controlling the discourse of like spiritual rebirth through all of this punishment. I don't know. It's the same fucking shit.
In that negotiation with like Big Brother and Survivor,
Yeah.
how important do you think that like change is, and in relation to being recorded? Like, because that's kind of a new thing.
Yeah, the display of the suffering.
It's like, I'm going to film my trials for you, and
Yeah.
it's proof that I'm different now.
Yeah, but are you talking about in terms of the actual suffering or in terms of the post-suffering
The
difference?
post-suffering difference.
Yeah, that seems to be what the Saw stuff certainly has a shitload of that. And this one, and then Saw 7, which I was surprised by how much of it was about the kind of Jigsaw cult of belief of survivors of the traps and stuff. I'm missing the three previous ones.
You're not
6,
missing
5,
anything.
and 4.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting because that fucking M. Night Shyamalan movie had that issue where we went to the theater and watched it.
Praying with Anger?
Which one? Was it Split? Was that the movie? With the
Yeah.
DID thing going on?
With James McAvoy.
Yeah.
DID.
Yeah.
Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh,
Yeah.
I understand.
And we saw it with Marbles, RIP. And I remember she came out of there so mad, and she was just like, "This film's basically saying the only tough women have had terrible things happen to them."
Yeah.
And I guess that kind of falls into the Saw philosophy, where it's like, you can truly say that you value life after you've fought for it. Before then, no, you're not Tony Robbins.
Yeah. After Earth also dealt with this notion of confronting confronting fear and controlling and shit.
No, I never actually saw After Earth.
Oh, it's if you're into anything about Shyamalan, it's probably one that got passed by a little too quickly because of the Smith family stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was easy to not look at it.
When he was fresh off of Avatar too. Right? Wasn't Avatar right before that?
I think so.
Avatar.
The Last Airbender.
Oh my goodness.
Where he angered that whole audience by changing the lead character's name. Yeah, I don't know. He made some weird choices.
No, I think After Earth was after
Earth? I'm sorry, that was it was get teed
The Visit.
I thought no.
No,
Visit,
I think
Visit was the year after
Yeah.
Earth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And The Visit, I really like that movie. I stand by it.
That's a hoot.
It's a hoot and a holla.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
I'll see his new one. Old.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm down. I've stayed away from the trailers, but the imagery looks
it
good.
inundated you at the Super Bowl. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
No, I didn't. Sadly.
There was a Super Bowl?
Yeah, dude.
I've missed I haven't had broadcast TV access in so long that all of the big events and stuff, there were Oscars apparently this year too.
Were there? I didn't watch it.
It was awful.
I think Randy got to watch it and Clark struggled to but failed.
I struggled. Clark watched it. I
Okay,
think.
you struggled. Yeah. Okay, I got it backwards.
No, I watched.
Oh shit.
All right. Well,
According to the poster of old, there might be a skeleton.
Oh, and he takes a bow.
I fucking hope so.
It's a prequel to the book series.
Very nice.
He gets off the island, hooks up with that dog.
I hope this is an adaptation of Lee Perry. All right, Russell.
My
close
turn?
this down.
All right. Well,
you got 5 minutes.
The only way to intro the movie I'm about to talk about is the intro. So I'm just going to go ahead and play that for you right now.
Okay.
Take a road trip with me, gorehounds. 4 college students on a road trip pick up a hot, young hitchhiker. Let me introduce you to Lucinda. She is full of sexual deviance and lust for the bloody kill. The students quickly realize they are on the road trip to hell. Follow her around the next bend, around every bend. as she appears like a mirage, ready to murder again. Turn down the lights. Crank up the volume. Fasten your seatbelts. This is your road trip on Hell's Highway.
Yeah.
That played at the beginning of the movie?
At the very beginning of the movie.
I missed that.
Now, thank you to Calvin McCarthy, our guest from last week. Now, at the end of the show, when we're done recording, I tend to trap our guest for a little bit more time and try and convince them to either make a found footage feature and submit it to our film fest, or I try to give them homework and build in a segment. Now,
I immediately leave the microphone and go to the bathroom.
He runs in shame, and he's embarrassed by my antics. But if I didn't do this kind of stuff, we wouldn't have the TBR Report.
The Thomas Buck Report.
And I was feeling elated, and I was high. It was like my first time taking what's a good drug?
Mushrooms.
Sarah? No, what is the drug that comes? Psilocybin.
Oh,
yeah, that's mushrooms.
It's mushrooms, you idiot.
Randy, when are you gonna hook that up? By the way.
Yeah, what
I haven't had any for months.
Why?
Your eyes say otherwise. Now that you're in the room with us. Anyway, Calvin, I was like, dude, if you know anybody, because he's an indie filmmaker. He makes a lot of like low budget horror movies. I'm like, dude, if you know anybody that we should be talking about or movies we should be watching, like, let me know. And he's like, well, what's an example? And I'm like, just think of it. He went, you know what? I got it. Hell's Highway. And I went, okay. And I looked it up, and the cover, it has that beautiful, the canvas. If you split the poster in half, the top half is just human eyes. Now, I own several movies with this same cover.
I'm sorry. Is there a ball game happening, or is a house on fire?
I think there's like children playing outside.
It smells like a barbecue.
Oh, yeah, and they're roasting the children outside.
Memorial Day weekend, dude. Of course, there's a barbecue.
Dude, that's right.
I kind of like it.
I forgot that the world is almost back
on Hell's Highway.
Huh?
Trying to get some hot dogs this weekend. You know what I'm saying?
On Hell's
Can we get some
Highway.
hot dogs, dude?
You want hot dogs and donuts now?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So again, fucking Calvin, you nailed it. You hit it out of the park. Now, this movie. Now, instead of talking about the actual film, I just want to catch up, people. Maybe you're new. If you made it this far, congratulations. We don't like the term "so bad it's good" here, and I really enjoy films that are just kind of like they're taking a weird approach with the cinemaverse, and a lot of the times they're not paying attention to what would make a traditional movie good. And in this film, I would have to say that I think they were doing it on purpose. I think they were really trying to make a weird, funny movie. Except until now, I didn't think you could do it. But they did. And I'm only saying that because technically, through the editing of the way that the story is presented, through the casting, and through all of the like fucking antics that happen, in the third act, they're played for laughs. And the thing is, it's not completely obvious. And it's fucking, I don't know, it's incredible. And I don't really want to get into it. Now Randy was coming over today, and I knew I had enough time. I wanted to watch 2 movies. I knew I had to watch this one because Calvin had recommended it. And I was going to try and get it done before you were here, but I ended up pulling audio and shit.
Yeah.
And then you were here, and I'm like, fuck. If you had walked in and I was already watching it, screw you, whatever, you're trapped. But you were here, and you were cool, and you let me put it on.
Yeah.
Did you have fun with it?
I mean, it was fine. I would never have finished it if I was watching it myself.
But I don't think these kind of movies work well alone anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, just like the other film I'm about to talk about, I really think you got to watch it in a group. And I don't know. I hope in the future, in a post-COVID world, we can I'd love to show this in a theater. And I really hope we stay on that track and we start doing like, I don't know, maybe like Overlook Hour Presents out here locally or something. But I think it could be like a fucking ton of fun. And
well, I have a new crush on Phoebe Dollar.
Yeah. Phoebe Dollar, I mean, the whole time we watched that movie, I kept thinking, Phoebe Dollar,
The price was right.
Phoebe Dollar.
The price was right. Phoebe Dollar. This movie's so loaded up with shit. Like I always said, the way that these movies like Hard Ticket to Hawaii or The Room or Troll 2 really take off and catch on is they can't ever get stagnant or boring. There needs to be constant new ideas that are bizarre, new turns that needs to catch you off the whole run of the movie.
And this does that.
And it does that, which is very rare. So I'm going to keep talking about it. You can rent it on Amazon. You can buy it there. I don't want to get into detail. I do have the second intro of the film, though, which I would like to share with you. Again, I started off with the first intro. There's a little bit of footage that happens, no dialogue, and then we jump right into this. Oh, no, that's the wrong clip. We jump right into this.
Kids, let me tell you a story. It's about a pioneer and her husband that traveled out west in the turn of the century. But they were trapped in this valley, starving. The husband killed himself so the wife would have something to eat. His flesh gave her the strength to carry on, but soon she ran out of water. And in her last dying hour, she gave up hope. She cursed God for her cruel fate and prayed to the devil for help. And now, here's the funny part. The devil answered her prayer.
Oh, it's beautiful.
He will do that
Hell
from time to
Highway.
time.
Oh, he did. And it's fucking good.
Randy, you scared of the devil?
I used to be.
Me
I'm
too.
not a God-fearing man anymore, so.
I was terrified of the devil.
I'm glad you gave up the devil with God.
I got very...
You got to.
Yeah, they're a pair. Most people don't acknowledge that, though.
Oh, you have to.
They like to pick one and ignore the other.
Yeah.
It's like they're kind of a...
It's like salt and vinegar.
It's a Groupon. You got to get them both.
Like, do Satanists believe in God or Jesus?
They'd have to, otherwise...
But they
Probably,
don't.
right?
Yeah, it's
Satanists are trolls.
I believe in God, but I don't believe in the devil. I think God's just lying about that. I believe in God, but I think he's a big fucking liar.
Let's get Penny Lane back on the show.
Now,
She's
now
part
stay,
of the Church
now
of
stay
Satan.
with me on this. Stay with me on this. What if God was one of us?
I mean, that
Just
would
a,
make him
just
a fucking liar.
stranger on a bus.
Make him a fucking liar. He should come out and be upfront with all this shit.
Yeah, why is he riding the bus?
What's his game?
I think because he's really like the salt of the earth.
God's a hack.
He should get a car. He should make it out of wood. He's a fucking carpenter.
Y'all not impressed by that? That was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life. He made wheels out of wood.
Yeah, Jesus
And
invented...
it went.
He invented the table,
Also,
dude.
how heavy is that thing?
He invented the fucking table.
That Bugatti was crazy.
Did he invent the chair, too? Did any of you see that movie? Passion of the Christ?
Yeah.
I saw Passion of the Christ.
I saw Passion of the Christ.
And so he invented the table,
was
right?
there a big woodworking sequence in it?
I remember
misremembering
Jesus getting introduced like, oh, I did it. And then he's like got a table and he's
Oh.
like, you put shit on it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like,
What, for reals?
I still need to see Joaquin Phoenix play Jesus Christ.
No one saw Joaquin.
Wait, what is
Phoenix play
that?
Jesus Christ.
It's called Mary
Mary
Magdalene.
Magdalene.
It's with his wife, Rooney Mara.
dude, Jesus.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
he's married to Rooney Mara?
Yep.
Bro.
Dude, hold on.
So he's a part owner of the New York Football Giants.
Sure, yeah.
Dude.
Rooney Mara's father owns the New York Football Giants.
Rad.
JC did not have a cleft lip.
Take it easy.
He should have.
Oh, on that show? Did we talk about that on here? I don't think we did. We record too much shit. Oksana was talking about this pet show we've been watching. It's reality. It's really bad. They had the world's ugliest dog competition, and they had a dog with a cleft lip.
Oh,
It looked pretty cool.
it's adorable.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Ugly. They need to look up that word because none of those dogs were fucking ugly. They were like just cute in weird ways.
When week 2 or week 3, I think it was week 3 of me staying at the Sheraton Crescent Phoenix Hotel in Phoenix, Arizona. It was the Miniature Pincher Convention.
What?
Charlie?
Oh my god.
There
dude.
were so many miniature pinchers running around, and on Friday they were there the whole week. Like every day, I don't know what they were doing during the week, but on Friday was the show. And so Friday at 7:10 in the morning, I get on the elevator, and there is an elderly woman in a formal gown at 7:10 in the morning, and I'm wondering what's going on. So we go down. I didn't ask her, just very cordial.
And just stared at her.
She did not have her mask on. She apologized for not having her mask. It is Arizona.
That's
living free and loose.
But she was carrying a big piece of plastic, right? And kept it right in front of her face.
We get down to the lobby. There are 50 elderly people in formal gowns. There are men in tops and tails, top hats and tails for dogs.
These fucking degenerates. They're cool as hell, man.
Min Pin.
Tops and tails, is that a thing?
And yeah, there was a miniature pincher convention, and also there was a Muay Thai fights and convention.
Dude, they were doing dog fights?
They had Muay Thai fights at this hotel. They do it every year. It's one of their biggest money makers.
Oh,
this is like 2/3 of a Faulty Towers episode.
Yeah, man. Dude, the crowd that comes to that Muay Thai convention. There was a guy, he was...
We talking Michael
clearly,
Irving?
again, at 7 in the morning, I'm checking out. And a guy just methed out is just wandering around. And he's like, I'm here for the fights, man. And they're like, that's in 12 hours.
He was pumped.
Oh.
He was pumped for the pinchers.
Arizona's a horrible place.
I love it. And I know 90% of our listeners are from out there. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for the 5 years we've been broadcasting.
Yeah.
Do you have another movie on the longest
I do have
episode
another
we've ever
movie.
done?
It's actually part 2 to another movie.
Wait, before we can I just one last thing about Arizona. Thank you to the Charlie fan club out there in Flagstaff. You guys are my rock. You're my table. You're my easy chair. You're all sorts of furniture. You're my love seat. Thank you. Keep rocking it out there. Go Flagstaff crew. Love you. Okay, continue.
How strong are they out there in Flagstaff?
Oh no! Secretly, they're weak as fuck. They're incredibly unimposing, weak-willed little shits. I bullied them into being my fans.
When I drive across the country, when I drive back to Mississippi, I always go through Flagstaff. I spend the night there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do they put you up? You're like, I'm here.
The Charlie crew. Yeah. I have not run across the Charlie fan club down there. It was a different place and different.
Not worth
time.
running into.
Okay.
All right.
No.
I ventured out into the world, and I went into a movie theater, and I sat. And I don't know what I'm doing with that, but yeah, I went and I saw A Quiet Place Part 2.
Oh yes.
Which I wish I would have known. What were you typing in up there? Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were putting in some weird obscura.
Is this a sequel?
Yeah, it's a direct sequel. And I wish I had paid attention to the title and not just ignored the part 2 part. Because, I mean, I didn't do a refresher. It really warrants one, though.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it picks up and they have a weird kind of, it starts pre-part 1 for like a 15-minute like little vignette.
Prologue or something?
Yeah, and then it goes into after. And I'll tell you, I was kind of like unimpressed and like kind of poo-pooing the film before. And I went in
One
there,
or two?
Well, 1 was fine.
I like 1.
I liked it. And I think you needed to see it in a theater.
Very tense.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, okay, I know what I'm coming into here, but I wasn't like jazzed for it or anything. And I watched it and I was like, that was pretty good. And then we watched the Q&A with J.J. Abrams and John Krasinski.
Oh boy.
And I'll tell you, man, I'm like, I don't care about this Office dude. Like, he played a dork and now he's like a good looking military vet and I don't care.
But you're cool with JJ?
Well, JJ is a dork. And he also ruined Star Wars.
There
So,
we go.
not a fan of him. I came out of that Q&A liking them both more though.
Oh God.
And I'll tell you, John Krasinski, he's
How can you not like him? He's a likable guy.
He's a charming dude.
Yeah.
Well, he came out there. I'll tell you right off the bat, I like anybody who looks anxious when they get on stage. And when you're that dude and you're kind of like making bad jokes, but they're kind of endearing, like it's nothing like awful or like that you could clip. And when you're genuinely talking about your film in like a loving way, oh man, he won me over. I really like the Q&A. Also, it was kind of funny because one of the segments we definitely need to bring back is bad Q&A questions. I can't remember the title. That one's not great. This one had the weird caveat of, we're going to ask a question, but we don't have a mic in the audience. And everybody out there who had a chance did the fucking novella shit. So you literally half of this Q&A was JJ and John looking out in the crowd, just nodding, and then every now and then JJ would say something kind of like, "Okay, so this guy wants to make a movie and star in it," and then the question would keep going. And it was they were fine. Audience was fucking terrible, and I wanted to pull it because there's a moment where John talks about coming back to the theater, and I couldn't find it. The Q&A is not online. But I did. He went on the Seth Meyers show, and he doesn't put it as eloquently as he did in the Q&A, but I found something similar. So I wanted you guys to hear this.
We're so excited to be one of the first movies back. Yes. And I feel almost a responsibility. I had an emotional connection to it because I was one of the last movies to almost make it to the starting line. Then I thought I'd bookend it. Not that anybody else cares, but I think it's kind of special. Right. But if you're a fan of the movie, I wanted to bookend the pandemic for you. And I think the other thing for me is it's not about our movie. Sure, we hope you come see our movie, but at this point in time, it's about movies in general. It's just about getting back to the theater, getting back to being together. So we're going to all these theaters. I've been to Cleveland, New York, Miami. We're going to other secret locations. And it's been awesome. I mean, just to get there and see all these people who are working at the theaters who have been, hurting a bit. And we're, it's really nice to celebrate them and bring them back.
Who sees movies in Miami?
I don't know.
Why can't he tell us where else he's going?
I think because he's just showing up. So like if you go to, at Tan Friend, we went and saw it with Jasadi, and Jasadi, I love him. He's very talented. Not a great crafter of a joke. He beat to death this one joke of "Where's John? Where's John?" And it's like, I heard that, I'm like, oh, he could have been there. Like he's going to weird locations.
Wait, where's John? Cool.
John Krasinski. Because he's like, there's a Q&A tonight. Because we went to the one screening with the Q&A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And that's about the, receipts that he got from that fucking joke.
We got Scoop McNairy in this one?
Now, I'll tell you.
Honsu?
So in the Q&A, John talks a lot about how, I bitched about on the show several times how that trailer just played forever.
Also, Randy, 5 stars on that pronunciation.
Yeah.
So in Film Purgatory, The Quiet Place 2 was just like a staple. Like I've heard podcasts talking about like philosophy and art where they mentioned the billboard of A Quiet Place 2 kind of becoming a hallmark for the pandemic. Mm-hmm. Like because nobody would change them. And it's just there forever. And it's a post-apocalyptic movie.
Yeah.
So they're like, it's almost like, fiction and reality swapping. And I came in there and I was just like, I couldn't give a fuck about this movie. Seen this trailer so many times. And he got up there in that Q&A and almost started crying about like, just, they did the premiere and then they shut down 2 days later. And he's like, it was so hard to hold on to this film, that's like a family product for him. It's him and his wife. And he talks about like, TPA and J.J. Abrams, like all people hitting him up, just like, I don't want to wait. Send me the movie. Yeah. And the company, they were. So he was getting feedback from like other directors. Actually, I think I have a clip. Yeah, here, hold on. 20 seconds, not long.
Again, I'm very jealous of everyone here because I got to see it in the theater. I was watching it at home and went insane over it. And I just kept thinking, this is the kind of movie you really want to see in a theater.
There's a showing in about 25 minutes.
But yeah, it sounds like shit. That is the only audio I could find from the Q&A from somebody there. But JJ would not stop like worshiping this film. And he was like, this is a return to cinema. You made a masterpiece. Your control over the camera and sound and they talk a lot about using an actual deaf actress for it. And like the craft here is so interesting.
Well, based on what I've seen out of J.J. Abrams' output, I don't know if he's ever seen a good movie before.
Do you see what other horror director tweeted about it?
No. I hope you retweeted it.
Nigel Bach?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said that Quiet Place Part 2 is like a classic horror movie. Cinema is back.
Now,
Billy Freeds.
Now I came out loving everything about it. It's probably a 4-star movie for me. You have to see it in the theater, but if you're listening to this show and you made it this far, it still may not be for you. And I only say that because technically it is perfect. It does amazing shit with sound.
It's a blockbuster.
But it's just not anything different. And I think if we're here fucking talking about like, Jorge Torres and filming shit like Fat Tuesday, it's just a different approach. And it's clearly like the best actors, the best camera, and like I'll tell you that vignette at the beginning, John talked about how the camera everything was shot like you were a part of it. So it's a prelude to the apocalypse. And he said, I really wanted to put you back in the seat with the characters, and you're riding along everything. They're at a Little League game and you're on the bleachers with them. And it hadn't connected until he said it. And I'm like, it was beautiful. But there's still like, it's just nothing different. Go ahead.
It's Hollywood, man.
Oh, no, I get it.
Hollywood movies.
No, you can, but we kind of talk a lot about found footage, which is pretty much the anti-Hollywood movie.
Sure.
I mean, like literally.
I love both, baby. Yin and yang.
I just read an essay from a film critic who was citing, Maverick and Eduardo as I don't know why I used the last name and the first name, but as
it's Japanese
directors who literally, to capture reality, rejected everything from a real movie. And just, I don't know. Quiet Place 2 is amazing. I mean, take your mom to see it. But again, if you're here,
oh, she could not last. My mom could not hang.
Why? It's a pretty touching family
I
drama.
took my mom to the Harriet Tubman movie. Speaking of Underground Railroad, she liked that a lot.
Again, Blunt and Krasinski like to talk so much about how horror, it was not their first priority here. It's a drama and a family story. And again, I think that's the way you make a great horror movie. It's just when it could stand on its own, and then there's horror. It was really good.
And a PG-13.
Don't fucking watch it at home. If you watch it, there's so many people who are reviewing it. Is it VOD already? It is.
No, it's not yet.
It's not VOD.
You could pre-order it on VOD. I checked.
Okay. Because if you're going to go on Instagram and be like, this movie fucking sucked, it's going to be like, dude, were you in your kitchen making some hot Cheetos mac and cheese? Because
sounds kind of good though.
Dude, it sounds really good. I'm going to order that.
Disgusting.
I'm going to order that.
Pass.
Cobra, he got 2 boxes sent to him by a fan, and I'm like, I need it. I want to try it. If Oksana had a mic, she could tell you how every day this week I've been like, do we got the hot Cheetos yet? Anyway, Quiet Place Part 2, it's great. Go see it. And again, the Metreon, you fucking idiots, take Cruella out of IMAX and put that movie in there. I promise you at least I'll go watch it.
What's it about?
Cruella?
No, the
Quiet Place? I don't know.
Part
It's like
2.
the pandemic, and then we have a president nobody likes, and the world ends.
Sounds good. Wait for it.
I don't know. Do you think I need to set that up? I feel
no,
like
I'm just joking.
Okay, yeah.
Because I've seen the trailer a million times.
I will tell you, if you want to get like creature heavy, they're a lot more like present in this movie.
Okay.
But
they're not. They were aloof in the first one.
Well, in the first one, they do the Jaws thing. I mean, if you want to talk Friedkin and like classic cinema, everybody's always like, you don't want to show the monster. That's out the window here. They're running all over town. But
hey, you remember when Friedkin made that piece of shit documentary?
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, I liked it.
It's a terrible documentary.
I mean, define good documentary.
The style, it was very dated.
See, but I liked it because it was direct. It's like, it's just me and a camera, and I'm in the room with these people doing a thing.
I know. No, believe me, I like him, but like, it was like, gee whiz.
Well, also, just the access alone. What are we talking about? The Devil and Father Mort.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. I don't know. I remember that movie, and I enjoyed it.
Stinkeroony.
The end. It was good. You know what? I remember why you don't like it now.
The ending, like the last.
Yeah, the third act.
Yeah.
The third act felt like it needed its own explanation there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got me. I was ready to fall on the sword for this one.
Why do you think I don't like it?
Oh, because the third act.
No, I didn't like it because we didn't stay around for the
Exorcist after.
The uncut Exorcist. The
What,
director's
the
cut.
Uncircumcised.
Yeah, that's right. Exorcist with more turtleneck.
Oh, dude, I'm in.
All right. Okay, let's end it. I was going to say goodbye to Charlie, but he went to go pee.
That's his way of saying goodbye.
All right, we did it.
It's like going with Randy to a bar.
We love you all. Randy, thank you for being here.
Of course.
Randy, how's that commute? How was the Sunday afternoon commute over to San Bruno?
There wasn't much traffic today.
You take the bridge?
I actually took the San Mateo because the Bay Bridge looked kind of fucked.
Oh, really? Traffic-wise, or is there some sort of kaiju situation?
I think a little bit of both. I think the kaiju caused the traffic.
If there's a kaiju coming to town, you don't want to be on San Mateo. That'd be
It
a
is a long
nightmare.
bridge.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: if there is a kaiju, and he does go in the bay, we have a perfect view of the kaiju.
Yeah, I know.
San Mateo survived the '89 earthquake, though.
Oh, that's a good point. I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
Dude, the Bay Bridge.
What do you mean it wasn't affected at all?
I don't believe so. No.
The Bay Bridge is going down if we have an earthquake.
You
For sure.
think?
I would put all my money on it.
I don't know
which is
what's
not
going
much.
on with the Dumbarton Bridge.
Heard it's kind of dumb.
It's been years since I've taken it.
Oh yeah, I think I've taken it one at a time. 'Cause
Charlie, welcome back to Bridge Talk. What's your favorite bridge in the Bay?
Don't have one really. I don't want to upset any of the fandoms that
All
are
right.
competing for this.
Why'd we
kind of
book him?
stuff.
You don't got a bridge? You're not on the show.
Have you heard of the Golden Gate one?
Overrated.
Not true.
It is a beautiful bridge.
I'm sorry. The
a great-
face you made when I said that was just perfect.
That's what I'm
Charlie,
here
thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
We'll have you back anytime. Anytime, Charlie.
Okay, let's do it right now then.
Okay. Part 2
Hit
coming up.
play. Yeah.
See you next week.